welcome back, everyone, to Ferris State basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from courtside here at Wink Arena as we get ready for Game 2. What should be an exciting game between the Bulldogs and Grand Valley State here in men's basketball action.
Yeah, I think it's going to be certainly always a physical and intense battle between these two teams, and I don't expect anything to be different here today as Grand Valley coming in with a really good record on the season, including a winning record in GLIAC play. Bulldogs with an even mark overall, and then in the GLIAC, they have been having a winning record. So should be a good battle here tonight between these two teams.
Ferris State taking on the Lakers, who sit at 12-3 overall. Of course, the Bulldogs come in at 7-7 on the year, and coming off a big win over Davenport on Saturday, 82-69, right here inside Wink Arena, led by Chang Hoff, who had a great ball game for Ferris State on the offensive end. They're going to need some guys like him to knock down some shots here against a very stingy Laker defense here in this ball game.
Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of opportunity, a whole lot of clean opportunities against this Grand Valley defense. Very tenacious defense, particularly on the perimeter. So you're going to have to, when you get your opportunities, you got to take advantage of them, and that's what the Bulldogs are going to have to do. Chang Hoff obviously stepped up, had a big game. I think the Bulldogs are going to be looking for him to play well, and I think they're going to also need a big game from Justin Ossie, among others as well. Those two guys really strong coming off the bench for Ferris State, and I think the Bulldogs are hoping to get similar type of contributions from those two guys, among others. But the Bulldogs also are going to have to get off to a good start with the guys that are in the starting lineup, whoever those guys are going to be that are in the starting lineup here tonight, and we'll certainly go over that here in a little bit. But it's going to be important for those guys to really establish themselves early to really set a good tone because Grand Valley certainly is going to come out playing very aggressive, very tough, very physical early.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups here for both teams, presented by the Holiday Inn Express of Big Rapids. We'll start with the Lakers under head coach Cornell Mann. In the backcourt, they'll start a pair of veterans in Mason Docks, 6-foot senior out of East Lansing, along with Jalen Charity, a 6'7" senior at forward from Grand Rapids. David Wilkerson will get the start, a 6'4" redshirt junior out of East Lansing by way of Youngstown State. Ethan Alderink, a 6'7" graduate senior from Holland Christian, will be on the front line, along with Seamus Thompson, a 6'10" redshirt junior out of Grand Blanc. Some veterans here into the lineup for GVSU.
Definitely some familiar names that we have come to know and expect. And in Trevor Smith Jr., of course, coming off the bench, is going to be another guy that's going to put a lot of pressure, defensive pressure in the backcourt. So it's going to be a very experienced lineup that Grand Valley sends to the floor.
For Ferris State, meanwhile, the Bulldogs starting 5 here in this ball game today. Going to be Joey Cabana at the point, 6'2" sophomore out of Chelsea. He'll be joined by Brandon Clairbout, a 6'4" senior from Zeeland East, and Chang Hoff, 6'2" junior out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Up front, the Bulldogs will go with Mykel Bingham, 6'8" senior from Grand Rapids Catholic Central, and Owen Hardy, a 6'10" junior out of Forest Hills Eastern in Grand Rapids. The starters for a Ferris State team, which has got a big lift as of late off the bench from Justin Ossie, Bryce Moore, and most recently Tay Boyd, who has joined the program, the all-GLIAC wide receiver from the national championship Ferris State football team. And that bench depth, not a whole lot of them, but they've been very good coming off the bench for the Bulldogs.
And obviously getting Tay Boyd here in the middle of the season has been a big lift for the Bulldogs. Seeing him in the lineup and the energy that he brings and his ability defensively to guard multiple positions, his ability to score the basketball and score it from inside and outside. So he has been a huge addition to this Bulldog lineup.
Ferris State and Grand Valley State about 10 minutes away from tip-off time. We'll take a 2-minute break, back with more coverage as we count it down to tip-off right here after this timeout on Sunny 97.3. Welcome back, everyone, to courtside coverage of Ferris State basketball. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you. About 7.5 minutes away from tip-off time right here in Big Rapids. Big thanks to all of our advertising partners for helping make this broadcast possible, including Three Girls Bakery, along with Meyer, Buffalo Wild Wings, and PNC Bank. I'd like to welcome those just tuning in on Flow College as well for this matchup today between the Bulldogs and Grand Valley State on the men's side. And Sandy, some keys here for the Bulldogs to find a way to get a win over the Lakers here tonight.
Yeah, some of the keys are similar to what we talked about in the women's game. I think the Bulldogs, number one, their guards are going to have to be able to handle the ball pressure that they're going to see from Grand Valley's guards. Grand Valley's guards are very aggressive. They get after you. They're going to be all over you from one end of the court to the other. And so you got to be able to handle that pressure, not turn the ball over, and be able to get your team into its offensive sets. And so that's going to be very important for Ferris State. Defense are also, actually not just defensively, but offensively at both ends of the floor. Bulldogs have to be able to at least match the physicality that Grand Valley is going to bring to the floor, because we know that they're going to come in and play very similar to the approach that their women's team came out with. They came out very aggressive, and their men's team, I would expect, is going to do something very, very similar here today. So the Bulldogs are going to have to be ready for that. And then the last key, I think, is the Bulldogs have to find a way to not let Grand Valley get a number of those big scoring runs where they get 8, 7, 10 straight and put you in a really difficult position. The Bulldogs have to find a way to slow that down and make them have to grind their way throughout this game. And then the Bulldogs can get some shots going, as they did from some of their key players in the Davenport game most recently. Again, you mentioned it, Chang Hogg, Tay Boyd, Justin Posse, among others, really came in and gave the team a lift. They're going to need some of those types of guys to really step up yet again here today.
A reminder, this is the only game around the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference tonight, as we have a chance to take a look at the men's basketball standings in the GLIAC. And right now, both Ferris State and Grand Valley State in the upper half. Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan both at 7-1 lead the conference. GVSU a game back at 5-2, followed by Wayne State at 5-3. And the Bulldogs still right there in the mix at 4-3, overall 7-7 on the season under Coach Alex Fodness. So the Bulldogs kind of right where you want to be in the race, and a lot to play for still here as you hit the middle part of January.
Yeah, there's a lot to play for, and certainly with the next in this 6-game series or stretch that the Bulldogs have at home, they've got to find a way to take advantage of that. They are off to a good start with it, but they got to keep it going here today, and it's going to be a tall task, but certainly not beyond the realm if the Bulldogs can put it together.
The Bulldogs coming back out of the locker room as we sit courtside right here inside Jim Wick Arena, and hear from the Ferris State pep band, the much larger pep band here bringing the noise tonight before a nice crowd as the Lakers return to the floor as well. Action on Saturday in the GLIAC. It was Michigan Tech going on the road to beat Lake Superior in a tight one, 84-83. Northern Michigan topped Saginaw Valley 86-77. We mentioned the Bulldogs an 82-69 winner over Davenport. Wayne State topped Roosevelt 78-67, and Purdue Northwest an 82-61 win over Parkside. The Lakers, the last time they hit the floor was last Thursday, and they defeated Davenport 90-50. Very big win at home in Allendale, and we'll see if they can put together a similar performance here today against Ferris State.
A decisive win over Davenport. Anytime you win by 40 in the GLIAC over anybody, that's a very, very impressive win. Bulldogs, of course, able to beat that Davenport team as well, and so we'll see what happens in this contest.
Ferris State at home here tonight as the Bulldogs continue a 6-game homestand right here inside Jim Wink Arena. The Bulldogs will play host to Lake Superior coming up. Men's basketball Alumni Day on Saturday for tip-off at 3 o'clock. And then next Monday night, it'll be Saginaw Valley back to the normal 5:30, 7:30 times starting next Monday night. Of course, these big Monday games today moved up a little bit to 4 and 6. Probably good that they were moved up with some of the weather conditions outside.
Yeah.
Safe travels to all the fans that made the trip up, and certainly a chance for some of the fans to get back home following this men's game to watch the college football playoff championship game.
Yeah, there was certainly that interest as well, but I think it did turn out to be pretty cool that we got the early start for these two games, and people were able to travel safely, and hopefully as they go back tonight, they'll be able to travel safely as well. And we wish everybody the best. Certainly those that came to, and certainly those that go home, we wish them all the best.
Great crowd, as we mentioned, on hand here. Some fans still arriving. I see former Ferris State head coach Andy Bronkema in the building here tonight. His team will be in action tomorrow night in Mount Pleasant, the Central Michigan Chippewas, but get a chance to come watch some of the guys that played for him. Of course, one of them being the assistant coach for the Bulldogs, Reese Hazelton, here tonight. And I know I talked with Coach Bronkema the other night, very proud of what some of these Bulldogs who have remained have been able to do here in the month of January.
Yeah, I think there's certainly a lot of pride. These guys have, certainly gone through a lot of adversity, a lot of challenge, but it's been great to see these guys continue to fight and continue to scrap and claw. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to Coach Alex Fodness. I think you got to give a lot of credit to Coach Reese Hazelton. They've done a really good job with everything that's gone on with the lineup changes and the addition of Tay Boyd, the loss of some other guys in the lineup, and they've done a good job of really just sticking together. And that's what's been great. And to have a winning record in the GLIAC with everything they've gone through is really pretty impressive to be where they are right now.
I know we've talked about it before. Two of the key players in that regard, Brandon Clairbout, Mykel Bingham, a pair of seniors that really kept this team together through some adversity, and right now playing some of the best basketball of their careers.
Yeah, I think you could make certainly a strong case for both of them playing the best ball. I think for Mykel Bingham, consistency in terms of playing the best ball has been very good, and I think Brandon Clairbout getting the opportunities that he's been able to get this year, he's been playing some really solid basketball, and that's really great to see because he's paid his dues during his career, and it's really great to see him finally get his opportunity.
The officials for this game today, as assigned by the GLIAC, a veteran crew with Brett Wojcinki, Corey DeGroot, and Ross Winter, and I think we've had these three officials maybe on one of these Monday night games in recent weeks. We mentioned we might get some better crews. We got a veteran crew again here tonight for this game.
Yes, we have, and it's good. We mentioned it that could be an advantage possibly to playing on Mondays that you get some of these crews. Some of the top end GLIAC crews, you'll see them. You tune into MAC games, Mid-American Conference games, you'll see a lot of these same guys calling games at the Division I level. So this game should be in pretty good hands.
Ferris State and Grand Valley State here tonight in Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference action at Jim Wink Arena. This has been the pregame coverage. We'll take a 2-minute break, the opening tip, when we return from courtside right here on the Voice of the Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3 and Flow College. Welcome back, everyone, to Ferris State basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from here inside Jim Wink Arena as we get set for Grand Valley State and Ferris State tonight in GLIAC play. The Lakers starters have been introduced wearing the blue uniforms with the white numerals here tonight as the Ferris State starting five will be introduced. No changes again for the Bulldogs with Joey Cabana, Brandon Clairbout, Chang Hoff, along with Owen Hardy and Mykel Bingham to start the ball game.
Yeah, I think one of the big challenges that the Bulldogs are going to have to be ready for that we have not already talked about. I think inside, the Bulldogs really could use a big game from Owen Hardy inside. Seamus Thompson, very athletic, can be very active on the glass, and I think if Owen can match him and at least push even with him, I think that's going to help the Bulldogs tremendously in this game. The Bulldogs are definitely going to have to battle hard on the inside because Grand Valley's going to crash that offensive glass. Bulldogs have to rebound the basketball.
A reminder for tickets, scores, merchandise, video, and more. Be sure to log on to FerrisStateBulldogs.com. The Bulldogs wearing the white jerseys, the red numerals, the gold trim here tonight as Ferris State and Grand Valley State meet up on the hardwood. First of two matchups here in the GLIAC between these two West Michigan rivals this season. We mentioned Tay Boyd, a big addition to the Bulldog basketball team, and he's got a bunch of his Ferris State National Championship teammates sitting kind of across the floor from us and down on the baseline in the student section.
Well, certainly Coach Fodness was hoping to see more of those guys, and those guys definitely like what they saw from Tay Boyd, the all-GLIAC wide receiver who's made the great transition back to the hardwood where he was a tremendous high school player and certainly very well thought of coming into the Bulldog basketball program and football program at one point. And really good to see him back on the hardwood doing what he does and doing it so well with limited practices and getting into basketball shape. He's already made an impact.
So the Lakers starters will come out. Again, it will be Thompson on the front line here for Grand Valley State. Going to be joined by Alderink. Also in the starting lineup, David Wilkerson, Mason Dox, and Jalen Charity, as the Bulldogs will counter with Hardy, Bingham, Clairbout, Hoff, and Cabana. Ferris State to go from left to right, Grand Valley from right to left as we sit courtside right next to the Ferris State bench here to get this game started. Owen Hardy in the circle here for Ferris State against Thompson, the redshirt junior, and we are underway as the Lakers will win the opening tip. Grand Valley State to put it in the hands of Mason Dox. Dox will hand off to Charity, back topside to Wilkerson. Now left side to Alderink, and a foul away from the play.
That was quick.
Here going to be whistled against Brandon Clairbout here for Ferris State. As he might have got a piece of Charity is where they called the foul.
Yeah, he tried to jam Charity up as Charity was trying to make a cut through the lane.
Thompson not able to get the jumper to go, and the Bulldogs come away with the defensive rebound as they get the stop here early on in this ball game. Cabana here in the offensive set for Ferris State. Right side of the floor to Chang Hoff. Back to Joey out top, guarded by Dox. Hoff with it now, puts it on the deck, drives inside. Lost his footing, but drew the foul as the Lakers will be charged with their first foul.
Yeah, good job right there. You could see the Bulldogs expecting that ball pressure from Grand Valley. Nice job there by Chang to actually attack that ball pressure from Grand Valley and got a step going to the basket.
Wilkerson will be called for his first foul as Chang Hoff at the line here for Ferris State. The junior from St. Paul, Minnesota, able to knock home the first here for the Bulldogs.
He has really been finding his stride with that three-point shot. He is a pure shooter, and when he gets it going, he can knock them down in bunches.
Second try from Chang is good, and the Bulldogs have the initial lead in the ball game here at 2-0 here in the early going. As Dox will get the direction here from Coach Cornell Mann on the Grand Valley State sideline. Right side of the floor to Wilkerson out wide. Alderink with it out top. Now left side in the floor here to Dox. Dox left open, will launch the three. Not able to get it to drop, and Cabana with the defensive board here for Ferris State. Push ahead here to Brandon Clairbout. Back to Joey. Cabana spins at the elbow. Looking back door here as the Lakers tried to reach it away. The Bulldogs will have to reset it here to Chang Hoff. Hoff picked up by Dox. Back right side. Clairbout in the corner to Bingham. Bingham from just inside the arc. The long jumper is long. Got his own rebound. Putback is no good. He's battling again, and out of bounds. It'll be Laker basketball.
I like what I saw from Owen right there, battling on the offensive glass, as well as Mykel Bingham.
So Ferris State leads it 2-0 here with Minute and 15 seconds gone by here tonight in this GLIAC battle at Wink Arena as the Lakers will key up the offense. Docs here out of the 1-4 set, looking for Wilkerson here on the left side of the floor. Charity with it here on the near side of the arc. Alderink on the baseline, picked up by Bingham. Takes a couple dribbles inside, trying to body down. Spins here and rejected by Owen Hardy. Coming off the help side, it'll remain with Grand Valley with 6 ticks on the shot clock.
Good help by O. He kind of read that move from Alderink and was right there to send that one back to the corner.
So the Lakers here will have it in the corner as Alderink will toss it on here for Grand Valley with 6 on the shot clock. Docs coming off the screen, back to Alderink, the big man from downtown, not able to get the 3 to go. Rebounded by Charity on the offensive end. He missed on the putback try, and Hardy with the defensive rebound. Ferris State gets the stop here as the Bulldogs a push up the floor. Bingham to Clairbout here on the right side. Back to Chang Hoth. Hoth with it inside out. Cabana from downtown for 3. This one circles off the rim, and Thompson with a defensive rebound for GVSU.
Two stingy defensive teams here early.
Lakers will set it up here at the point. Driving left side, Wilkerson.
Wow.
Bailed out on the call here.
Hope that's not Brandon.
That foul against Ferris State is going to be on Brandon Clairbout, and that'll be his second. Bulldogs are saying it was not on Clairbout. And they're going to call it on Brandon. That'll be his second as Tay Boyd and Bryce Moore will head to the table. First free throw by Wilkerson is good.
And then Clairbout saying that he was innocent. Quite framed, but he was innocent. And unfortunately, that's a second quick foul on him.
They're going to make Tay Boyd take his headband off. So he'll check on, but they're going to make him get rid of the headband.
I mean, there's like multiple guys out here with headbands, so I'm not sure. They don't. Maybe it's the type of headband. I'm not sure.
2-2 our score here is, Bryce Moore has one, Mykel Bingham has one, and Charity jumps in front of the pass, knocks it away. It'll remain with the Bulldogs here in the front court.
Yeah, I don't whatever. I'm sure there was a reason. I mean, Wojcinki's a good official. So.
He might not have liked the red. The other guys have white. Here comes Tay Boyd driving right side. And this one, errant pass intercepted here by GVSU. Wilkerson puts it on the deck of the front court. Back to Charity. Bingham up on him right now here defensively for Ferris State. 17:30 to play in the first half as Wilkerson steps back. 3 ball here is on the way and no good. Thompson with the offensive board, trying to go back at Hardy, could not finish. And Bryce Moore with the defensive cleanup.
Good job by Bryce crashing in from the outside.
Bryce trying to work past Docs. Will hand off to Chang Hoth. Hoth with it over to Boyd. Tay with it down low on the baseline now to Bingham. Bingham will square up on Charity, trying to work his way into the lane. Inside out to Boyd. 3 ball from Tay is on the way and good.
And he can shoot that. Tay Boyd has got a great outside stroke.
Tay able to knock it home, and the Bulldogs have a 5-2 lead as the football teammates coming alive. Into the lane, Docs will spin it baseline. Thompson from 16 off target and rebounded by Chang Hoth. The Bulldogs playing with the energy here early. Ferris State with it into the front court. Chang inside out to Boyd. Tay with it back to Chang, left side of the circle. Top side to Bryce Moore. Back to Tay on the near side. Top side to Moore. Back to Chang. Long 3 from Hoth is good.
Well, you can't give him room. Chang Hoff's got almost unlimited range.
8-2 lead here for Ferris State. 16:15 to go in the first half as Hoff drills the 3 from the left side. The crowd coming alive here at Wink Arena. Charity to Thompson. Back right side to Docs. Docs approaching the first media timeout to Alderink. Now inside out, Wilkerson attacking into the lane. Has to kick it back out with 10 on the shot clock for Grand Valley. Docs at the point, drives right side, leans in, dumps it off to Thompson, and he's fouled as Tay Boyd got a piece of him, and he'll be charged with his first foul here on the Ferris State side.
Boyd got his money's worth on that. Did not want to give up the easy one. Both teams head to the bench. Bulldogs up 8-2.
Media timeout here early. Ferris State with the lead. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on Sunny 97.3. Welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from courtside here at Jim Wink Arena, where Ferris State leads Grand Valley State 8-2 here in the early going. Thompson at the line. First free throw spins out and is no good after the foul was called against Tay Boyd going into the timeouts. Charles Turner will come on for Grand Valley State. Trevor Smith as well here into the lineup for the Lakers, along with Anton Allen, junior out of Dayton, Ohio. And the second try by Thompson is good.
So the Lakers will go to the bench here.
So they'll get another player on. Cam Regueras will come on, 6'9" sophomore out of Granville.
Regueras is a player we've seen. Familiar name here as Lakers try to get a half-court trap going.
Bulldogs working it to Bingham. He missed the shot, and the rebound here by Charity, leading the charge for Grand Valley as the Lakers turn it over. A steal by the Bulldogs. Bryce Moore misses on the three. Tay Boyd's putback no good, but Bingham able to lay it back up and in.
Right now the Bulldogs have an edge on the offensive glass, and they got to see if they can make that continue to be a factor.
Charity up the floor, back outside to Turner. Could not get the three to go, and Hardy with the defensive rebound.
Coach Cotton is saying, let's execute right there. His exact words is he wants to see his team run a half-court set.
So back the other way, here comes Bryce Moore with it for Ferris State. Moore attacking off the dribble, high off the glass, and a flush by Owen Hardy off the miss.
Boy, big-time put-back jam by Owen Hardy. Everybody tapping the head right there. He pounds that one down.
12-3 lead here for Ferris State tonight at home. 14:45 to play here in the first half. Charity from downtown. Three ball is on the way and no good. And the rebound from Chang Hoff here on the defensive end.
Bulldogs doing a great job at both ends on the glass.
Ferris State looking here as the Bulldogs trying to add on to the lead. Tay Boyd off the dribble around the corner to the left, working into the lane against Turner, spins it down low to Hardy, and he puts it up and in.
Good job there by Owen Hardy to sneak in on that short corner with a little jump hook to put it back in.
Electric start here tonight for the Bulldogs, leading it 14-3 over GVSU. And timeout called by Grand Valley as the Lakers will use the 30-second timeout.
Grand Valley trying to slow this tide down right now. Coach Mann taking another timeout.
So timeout called here by Grand Valley State with Ferris State in front 14-3. Bulldog Hoops right here on Sunny 97.3 and Flow College here tonight, where Ferris State right now shooting 41% from the floor. The Bulldogs, though, have done a nice job on the glass, out-rebounding Grand Valley 11-6 here in the early going.
Yeah, that has to continue for the Bulldogs. They have got to continue. They've got to consistently do the job on the glass here in this game.
Ferris State back to the floor here as Grand Valley State going to look pretty much with the same lineup that they had out there. Coming on is Javion Otten for the first time, redshirt sophomore out of Kennewaw Hills. And for Ferris State, the Bulldogs going to come back on with a substitution as well, as we'll see the big man Justin Ossie come out for the first time. He's been shooting the ball extremely well here for Ferris State.
Yeah, he has been shooting from all ranges extremely well here, as you mentioned he gets his first action of the night.
Trevor Smith with it here for Grand Valley. Will hand off out front as Allen works it back to Smith. Smith with it, picked up by Bryce Moore. Working down the lane to the left side. Cut off by Bryce, doing a great job here. Smith trying to lean in. Could have been 3 seconds. He forces it up. Did not get it to go, and Tay Boyd with the defensive rebound.
Big-time defense by Bryce Moore.
Ferris State to Moore on the left side of the floor. Bryce with it out front to Chang Hoff. Hoff with it right side to Boyd. Tay beyond the three-point line, working off the dribble out top, coming off the high screen, back to Ossie. And that one tipped away. It's going to remain with Ferris State as the Bulldogs catch a break.
Allen with a pretty good read right there. Just poked it away, not able to catch up to it as it went to the sideline.
Bulldogs will have 12 on the shot clock here as Chang will inbound here. Able to get it into Bryce Moore. Justin Ossie out front with 8. Ossie to Hoff. Long three from Chang. Circles off the rim this time and rebounded here by GVSU. Lakers on the move, on the push to the hoop and rejected by Boyd. But goaltending going to be called here against Ferris State.
He smashed that one, but hit off the backboard first, I believe. Yeah, it hit off the backboard first.
So Grand Valley back to the bench here as Alderink will come back on here. Otten will get credit for the basket here for Grand Valley as Faro State will inbound. Try to get it in against the pressure. Bryce Moore now will handle here for Faro State. 14-5, the Bulldogs a 9-point lead here in this first half with 13 minutes to go. Moore to Boyd at the high post, left open, short jumper is good for Tay Boyd.
He's a great mid-range shooter. I mean, great mid-range shooter.
Tay now with 5 here for Faro State in the early going of this ball game. Smith with it out front, thought about the 3, picks it up and gives it off to Alderink. Trying to move past Ossie, and a hand check going to be called here against Justin, as that'll be the first on Ossie with 12:49 to go. And back on will come Joey Cabana and Owen Hardy for Faro State. Grand Valley going to the bench as well, as the Lakers coming back on. I believe with somebody trying to get the numbers here. I think Charity maybe returned.
I think Charity did come back in the game. Alderink thought he had an advantage there against Justin Ossie.
Alderink has it right now. Inside out to Charity for 3. Not able to get this one to fall. And rebounded by Mykel Bingham here on the defensive glass. Cabana with it into the front court for Faro State. Right wing now to Tay Boyd. Boyd with it here on the wing. Has Smith all the way up on him. Boyd will kick it over to Joey Cabana. Cabana with 15 on the shot clock, trying to find Bingham open.
Where are we going to?
Here comes Bingham right down the lane, dumps it off down low, and an offensive foul going to be called, as they're going to get they called 13. I think it should have been on Bingham, and it will be on Mykel Bingham.
Probably not a bad call there, as kind of crashed in.
So Grand Valley State going to the bench once more as Marcus Gray, the second, will come on, a redshirt sophomore out of Memphis, Tennessee, here for the team in blue. 16-5 lead here for Faro State. 12:15 to go is the Bulldog football team giving it to a couple of the Lakers on that far side. Charity driving baseline. Out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Bulldogs.
Oh, that's an interesting call. We'll see here as Charity thought he had a step on Bingham. That looked like it just went off Charity's leg.
Looked like it should be Faro State basketball.
Wow.
Alex Fadis lobbying for it here for Faro State, but
I don't even think it was that close. I mean, I think he looked like he clearly just dribbled it off his leg.
Grand Valley State to inbound here as they get it into Smith. Smith with it back to Turner off the screen for 3. This one is long. The Bulldogs crash in the glass and finally picked up here by Chang Hoff. Good work defensively on the glass. Tay Boyd with a big catch, drive into the hole. Off balance shot is no good. And the rebound here by Grand Valley State on the defensive end. Bingham almost had a crack at the rebound right there for Faro State. They approach our next media timeout. Still 16-5. Here with 11:40 to play. 3 ball here from the near side is up and good for Marcus Gray.
Marcus Gray got an open look there and buried it from the wing. As Grand Valley trying to work its way back into this one.
Faro State with it here into the front court set as Chang Hoff will kick it over. Boyd has it on the left side of the circle for Faro State. Back to Hoff. Right side to Cabana. Joey spins away from the defense. Back to Chang Hoff. Long 3 from Hoff is high in the air. Kept alive here by Tay Boyd. Into the hands of Owen Hardy. Boyd on the baseline. This jumper off the back side of the iron and pulled away by Grand Valley. The Lakers with the long outlet. Smith attacking. Driving to the hole and blocked by Cabana.
And save
for Faro State. And a foul called against Grand Valley. Going to be called here against Gray. That'll be his first, and a media timeout. The Bulldogs doing it at both ends of the floor. A 16-8 lead here with inside of 11 minutes to go in the first half. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on Sunny 97.3. Welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you here from courtside tonight at Jim Wink Arena, where Ferris State leads Grand Valley State 16-8 here in the early going.
Hey, Boyd, once again, a spark here for Ferris State. Oh, boy.
The Bulldogs turn it over right there as the pass was stolen away, but a block shot by Brandon Clairbout, and it'll remain with the Lakers.
Yeah, Turner kind of telegraphed that three from the wing, and Brandon was already in the air as he was lining it up. Easy block out of bounds right into the football team.
Bryce Moore will come back on as Chang Hoff will get the breather for Ferris State. Dox has it back to the near side here for GVSU. Top side to Alderink, back to Dox here on the left side of the floor. Alderink from downtown, deep three is good.
Boy, he shot that with a lot of confidence. Owen Hardy was right there. Owen Hardy gave him maybe a little bit of space, but that's a confident shot.
Grand Valley trying to claw back here, back within 5 at 16-11 here as the Bulldogs work it out wide to Brandon Clairbout. Hardy with it out front for Ferris State. Owen trying to penetrate here against the Lakers, draws a couple defenders. Cabana left open in the corner for three, could not get it to go, but Owen Hardy with an offensive board. Bryce Moore from downtown for three, could not find the bottom of the basket and rebounded by Charity.
Good looks from the Bulldogs, just not able to convert.
Charity cut off here by Clairbout on the baseline. We'll kick it back out here to Alderink. Hardy right there defensively. Back to Charity. Charity on the drive inside. Off the glass and good.
That was a great finish by Charity over Owen Hardy, who was coming right there.
Inside of 10 to go here in the first half. 16-13, the Bulldogs lead it here tonight courtside at Wink Arenas. Cabana will kick it on the right side to Moore. Bryce with it here, and too close right there. A foul whistle against Gray. That'll be his second here for the Lakers.
Number 2 right there. Grand Valley substituting again. Bulldogs got to weather this storm right here. Grand Valley weathered the storm from Ferris State. Is Tay Boyd going to get a break? Got to get Mykel Bingham back in.
So Bingham will come on. Wilkerson will return here for Grand Valley as the Bulldogs here will have it on the sideline. Bryce Moore to inbound it here for Ferris State. And we got a hold called here as the Bulldogs were looking inside, and this foul is going to be on Dox.
Dox had a hold of Joey Cabana as he was trying to pop free there to accept that pass from the sideline.
4th team foul here on the Lakers as the Bulldogs will inbound here out of the line set. Baseline here for Ferris State as Cabana will try to get it in, having trouble getting it in. Now has to go out front to Bingham, able to catch it here. Numbers opportunity, back to Cabana in the near side corner for three, no good. And rebound kept alive here and finally chased down by Wilkerson here on the defensive end for Grand Valley. Wilkerson drive into the hole, back out front, found Alderink, who could not get the three to go, and Moore with the defensive board here for the Bulldogs. Up the floor to Cabana here as the Bulldogs going to get another foul whistled against Grand Valley. Alderink going to be charged with the foul on the reach inside.
Alderink got those hands down a little bit. He had a good look at the offensive end on this end of the floor right here by us, not able to convert. Bulldogs have cooled a little bit. Got to see if they can find a way to get a bucket here to see if they can get that momentum back going at the offensive end.
Bryce Moore to key it in here for Ferris State as the Bulldogs get it into Hardy. Back to Moore. Justin Ossie headed to the scorer's table here for the Bulldogs. Back to Hardy out front. Owen with it, takes a couple dribbles, makes a move inside, tried to go out front with it and taken away by Charity, who missed on the lay-in, but a whistle here against the Bulldogs.
That might be Brandon Clairbout.
They'll wait and see. They're going to get Joey Cabana, so that's a little bit of a break right there for Ferris State rather than being the third on Clairbout.
That would have been big.
I don't think Joey liked the call nonetheless. This will put Jalen Charity at the stripe here for Grand Valley.
I think when he thinks about it a little bit more and realizes who that could have been on, he'll maybe appreciate it a little bit more, but Bulldogs got to take care of the ball a little bit better. Charity hits that first one.
Charity hits the first. Grand Valley going to the bench as Alderink will check out. Thompson will return. Chang Hoff coming back on along with Justin Ossie for Ferris State. So the Lakers at the line as Charity will step back to the stripe, trying to knock home the second free throw here for GVSU. The Lakers 12-3 on the year, and the free throw is up, and it is good. And Grand Valley State all of a sudden back within one.
Smith's going to come back in, so they're going to have this lineup where they really like to put the ball pressure on. Bulldogs are going to have to be ready for this.
Bulldogs had the energy, the momentum early, but Grand Valley State has cut into this lead, and it's 16-15 Bulldogs. Bulldogs could use an answer here offensively. Bingham doubled out front. We'll go back to Bryce Moore. Moore with it here for Faro State's going to have to put it on the floor, able to do so and get the count off. Doc's right up on him, over to Brandon Clairbout. Bulldogs extended away from the basket. Down low to Justin Ossie inside against Thompson. Ossie trying to power it up. Back to Bingham. 3-ball from Kel is on the way and good.
Well, good kick out right there from Justin Ossie, and Mykel Bingham showing that soft touch.
Docs with it here, working into the lane. Gives it off to Wilkerson, driving to the hole, and Wilkerson missed the shot, got his own rebound, and then almost turned it over and did.
Good pressure there by the Bulldogs.
Faro State comes away with it here as the Bulldogs work it back up the floor. Hoth with it here, top side for Faro State, over to Brandon Clairbout on the left side. Count is on. Clairbout's got to make a move, able to do so as Hoth has it back to Ossie here at the top of the circle. The big man with a fancy move back to Hoth. Hoth back to Ossie. 3-ball from Justin is high in the air and no good, and rebounded by Charity.
Ooh, near steal by Chang.
Chang Hoth trying to pressure Smith. Smith working off the dribble to the right. Gets inside, spins it out. Now it's Wilkerson. Clairbout trying to stay in front. Contested the shot, and that's going to be number 3. Now on Brandon with 7:43 to go here in the first half. If it is indeed called on him, I think it will be, and it is.
So that's going to get Tay Boyd going to check back into the contest here.
Media timeout on the court. 7:43 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs lead it by 4. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on Sunny 97.3. Welcome back, everyone, to courtside coverage of Faro State basketball. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from courtside here tonight. 19-15, the Bulldogs lead it over the Lakers here inside Wink Arena in the first half.
And the Bulldogs have made shooting tough. Both teams have been relatively stingy defensively. Grand Valley just shooting 19% from the floor, 4 of 21. So the Bulldogs have really made life tough on them. They're just 2 of 11 from 3. But they certainly have helped themselves a little bit more at the free throw line.
Wilkerson able to knock home the first. The Lakers now 6 of 7 from the stripe here in the first half. They'll get a second opportunity here for Grand Valley. This one is on the way, no good. And Bingham able to secure the loose ball here for the Bulldogs. Up the floor here, Bryce Moore trying to work it past Docs. Docs has the hands on him. A lot of reaching going on here as Bryce tries to keep his dribble alive and tripped up on the play. They're going to call Docs, I think, with the foul. Not sure the Lakers are going to like that one. That'll be his second.
You know, there might have been some fouls earlier, but that they actually called a foul, it really was just a slip more so by Bryce Moore. But if you believe in poetic justice, maybe he should have gotten one earlier.
So on will come Alderink as he'll check back on. Docs will have to check out of the Laker attack with 7:28 to go in the first. Smith up now on Bryce Moore. Bryce doubled out top to Justin Ossie. Ossie fakes the give, drives hard left side, and he had it stripped away as Grand Valley State gets the turnover. Smith to the hole, lays it up and in.
Well, that was a great finish there by Smith. Bryce Moore, athletic, chance to make a play on it, and Tay Boyd closing in.
Lakers back within 1 here at 19-18 as Boyd has it into the half-court set. Bulldogs trying to handle the ball against this heavy pressure from Grand Valley State in the backcourt. Moore with it topside to Bingham, over to Chang Hoth. Hoth with it down low to Ossie underneath. Ossie double powers it up and in.
Boy, that's a great finish right there. You can see the attention Grand Valley's game plan is throwing at Justin Ossie when he catches the ball in those sweet spots.
Ossie able to find enough space to get the shot up and in here to give Ferris State a 21-18 lead. 6:35 to go here in the first half. Smith has it right side, left open. Three ball on the way is no good. And Tay Boyd with the defensive rebound here for Ferris State. Boyd now with 5 points, 4 boards in the ball game for the Bulldogs. Tay off the dribble to the near side, picked up by Charity. Boyd still with it, now to Hoth. Chang with it around to the left, stripped of the ball. Bingham there to pick it up, circles back, fires the three. This one well off target and out of bounds. It'll be Laker basketball. So Owen Hardy going to come back on here as Justin Ossie will get the breather here for the Bulldogs.
Justin a break right there, let him catch back up, but the Bulldogs have got to maintain this intensity, so the rotation that Coach Fodness uses is going to be very important here.
21-18 here. Ferris State still with a 3-point lead here as the Lakers have the possession. Wilkerson on the right, back to Smith. As Trevor Smith will kick it back to Thompson. 15-footer from the elbow is no good, and Bingham with the defensive rebound. Thompson has not been able to find the basket here tonight in the ball game.
It has been tough sledding for him inside.
Boyd with it out front here for Ferris State. Tay with it now on the right wing to Mykel Bingham. Bingham with it. Another three is on the way. This one is up and good.
Good to see Kel get that stroke going. That's his second one from downtown.
He's got 8 points for Ferris State, and the Bulldogs have a 24-18 lead, and a reach-in foul going to be called here against Bryce Moore. That'll be his first, and the 8th team foul here against the Bulldogs.
So they'll start shooting 1-and-1. Those are not quite the foul you want to give, especially against Smith. That's not where Smith is strongest out there.
So Smith at the stripe here for Grand Valley as the Bulldogs trying to come down with a big rebound here, and the free throw is up and good.
We'll get the second one here on the knocking down the front end of that 1-and-1.
Back to a 5-point ball game here as Smith will get set. Second opportunity here for the Lakers at the line as he steps up, not able to connect to the second try, and Bingham with another board here for the Bulldogs. Up the floor to Bryce Moore. Owen Hardy on the baseline, takes one dribble, drives inside, back to the right hand for the bucket.
Boy, good finish right there. He knew the defense was closing in on him, but he got a strong finish.
Ferris State with a 7-point lead. Wilkerson inside out. Alderink driving right side. Back to the wing to Smith. Top side to Wilkerson. Back to Smith. Great defense by the Bulldogs on this possession. Smith into the lane, trying to draw the foul. Fadeaway jumper is off target, and Bingham with another rebound.
Bulldogs dominating the glass inside right now.
Kell having a great game, 8 points, 7 boards. Tay Boyd in the corner, back to Bingham. Near side to Hoth. Chang with it, back over to Tay Boyd. Now in the corner, Bingham from downtown. For three, it's good!
Another triple, 3 triples for Bingham.
Bingham leading the Bulldogs. They lead it by 10 as Charity has it on the left sideline. Back to Smith out front here for GVSU. Thompson will set the high screen. Smith with it on the swing to the right side. Alderink stripped of the ball, and the Bulldogs pick it up as Chang Hoth came away with it.
Boy, Chang able to sneak in there and strip that one away on the way up.
Bryce Moore trying to work past Smith, and they're going to call the carry. Heavy pressure here, and a little separation here between the two teams as Grand Valley State will come on with some changes.
Yeah, just dribble just got away from Bryce a little bit.
So Grand Valley State putting the pressure on. The Bulldogs will come back on with Joey Cabana. Turner will return here for Grand Valley State. And the Lakers with another change as well, as they've got a new man in the corner down to the near side. Grand Valley State with the possession here as Allen is back on as well for the Lakers, I believe. Wilkerson with it out top against Hoff. 12 on the shot clock, drives inside, missed the shot, and a rebound here and a swat by Hardy, but they're going to call goaltending against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there. The outside official, opposite side of the floor from us, called the goaltend. Bulldog coaching staff not super excited about that one, but
29-21, our final media timeout of the first half. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on Sunny 97.3 at Flow College. Welcome back, everyone, to courtside coverage of Ferris State basketball. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you for Big Monday here tonight, where Ferris State and Grand Valley State lock at horns, and the Lakers trail the Bulldogs 29-21 here with 3:48 to play in the first half.
And the Bulldogs have gotten it done at the defensive end. Grand Valley shooting just 22% from the floor and just a little under 17% from three. They've made up for it a little bit by getting to the free throw line. That's helped keep them in the game.
Bulldogs working it up the floor here as Chang Hoff has it near side. Picked up by Smith. Now he'll give it off to Boyd. Over to Joey Cabana on the far side. The Bulldogs working it around the horn. Top side to Hardy. Owen with a couple dribbles here. Into the corner. Bingham again for three from the corner. It's good.
Boy, he is not even touching the rim on these makes right now.
I think they're going to call it a 2. We'll wait and see if they take a look at that one or not, as Owen Hardy fed him, and the Bulldogs have a 31-23 lead. Three ball here from the near side for Grand Valley is no good. Rebounded, though, by the Lakers here on the offensive end. Allen attacking. Short jumper is short, and rebounded by Chang Hoff here on the defensive end.
Maybe a bit of an ill-advised shot right there, but Bulldog defense has been tough.
Ferris State back the other way. Here is Cabana. Will set it up here for the Bulldogs off the left side. Joey still with it. Back top side and intercepted here by the Lakers. Allen the other way. Missed on the way-in and knocked away. Last touch by Grand Valley.
Boy, oh boy, that's a breakaway layup that he missed.
Bryce Moore back on here for Ferris State. Justin Ossie will return as well here for the Bulldogs, as Ferris State will come on with some changes.
I don't know. Maybe they may want to take a look at this. I don't know. We got maybe two things that we're going to take a look at. Maybe not. Allen had a breakaway layup and just missed it.
We'll wait and see. It looks like they're going to send both teams back to the bench and may have to do something here to look at a couple plays.
We already got one potential replay on deck, and they may want to look at another one as well. So it looks like they are going to come to the monitors and take a look here as we got a.
Challenging the ruling on the floor, Ferris State's basketball.
The one right here? Yeah. So Grand Valley is actually challenging the call that it was Ferris State's basketball after the block, after the missed shot, and ended up going out of bounds. And Grand Valley is going to challenge, saying that they don't think that it was actually out of bounds off of GV. And so taking a look at, I think, the first play that was at issue right there. And there's the they're getting ready to take a look at it here. We got all three officials right here and looking at the breakaway there. Misses the layup, goes out of bounds, and
Just back it up, Frank.
the question is going to be if the Grand Valley player Chang Hoff got a piece of it, and it looks like, to me, the Grand Valley player tipped it out of bounds, but I'm not one of the officials, so they're going to have to go through it again. And, of course, with a challenge, they're going to do their due diligence to take right there. And so they're trying to blow it up and look, and, boy, it's awful tough right there. It's possible that it was off the left hand of Chang Hoff. So tough call to make right there as officials taking a look at it, and the question is going to be, is it off the Grand Valley player that crashed in from behind, or did Chang Hoff's left hand get a piece of it as it was going out of bounds? It did not hit the Grand Valley player that was on the floor out of bounds. So anybody that might have been thinking that was not the case. So
Grand Valley State did put a challenge on that call. We'll see if there's enough to overturn it or not.
That's going to stay at this end.
And it looks like it will stay with the Bulldogs here, as Ferris State will keep it here.
My guess, Rob, is that they did not have enough to overturn.
Grand Valley State will come on as Charity will check on for the Lakers. Alderink will come back on as well. So Grand Valley going to the bench here. And they may have reversed it. It may remain with the Lakers.
Oh, you're right. So they did see enough, and I thought maybe it might have been off of Chang Hoff's hand. Oh, well,
officials having another discussion. They're trying to find out where to reset the shot clock. So it looks like
20 it is.
It will be put at 20. So we're back to action here as Grand Valley State will keep the possession. 2:45 to play in the first half. Near side three from Turner is on the way and off target. And the Bulldogs secure the rebound on the back end as Tay Boyd brings it in here for Ferris State. 10-point Bulldog lead, 31-21 here with 2:30 to go in the first half. More from the corner to Ossie. Over to Tay Boyd here on the left side. Boyd working off the dribble to Bingham out wide on the wing. Back near side, Cabana from downtown. Three ball here, circles off the rim, and a foul on the rebound. Going to be whistled here against Ferris State.
So it looks like Tay Boyd, I think, is going to get that call going against him there. He was battling with Jalen Charity. Gets the foul call.
So that'll be number 2 on Tay here, as he'll have to come out, and Chang Hoff will come back on here for the Bulldogs. Thanks to Under Armour and BSN Sports, the official apparel providers here of Ferris State Athletics. Jalen Charity will be at the line here for Grand Valley State. First free throw by Charity is good. Charity now with 5. Wilkerson will come back on.
Coach Fodness right here in front of us working with Jinky a little bit.
So trying to see through the official and coach as Charity's second try is up and good. He made 2, and Grand Valley State back within 8 here with 2:19 left in the first half.
Grand Valley got pressure on. Bulldogs get it into Bryce.
They just get it in as Moore will handle here against Otten into the half-court set. Grand Valley State extending the pressure with the guards out top. Ossie with it on the handoff to Hoff. 3 ball from Chang is on the way and good.
Yeah, Wilkerson not able to get out in time, and you cannot give Chang Hoff that much room.
Hoff able to knock it home here for the Bulldogs as GVSU will set it up to the near side. Smith inside out. Charity from downtown. Not able to get the 3 to go, and Ossie able to grab the defensive board.
Charity's had a tough time with the outside shot tonight.
Cabana to Moore. Over to Hoff. Chang off the dribble drive. Backs it away at the point. Back to Moore on the left wing, and the pass to Cabana a little bit behind him as he was trying to cut it, and a turnover here against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's just a pass right there, and Joey kind of cut like he was going down the lane, and Bryce was trying to hit him. That's kind of what that pressure defense of Grand Valley can do sometimes, as the Bulldogs turn it over.
Grand Valley with it in the half-court set. Top side with it is Alderink working off that right side against Ossie. Cut off on the dribble drive, spins a couple times, and
Travel.
Turnover here against GVSU.
I'll tell you what, you try to bang into Justin Ossie, and he's dropped a lot of pounds, but he's still a big man. Hard to move him.
So the Bulldogs will get it back here with 1:26 to go in the first half. Cabana kind of slipped and fell. Bulldogs get it into Bryce Moore, though. Moore will get the call from the bench, working it across the midcourt line here for Ferris State. Bryce still with it out front here for the Bulldogs. Got to make a move here, and he does. On a wing to Hoff. Chang, bumped by the defender, steps back, long jumper is good.
Boy, pure shot. He lost a shoe. They're not going to stop it, though.
36-23 is Hoff playing, able to get the shoe back on. Grand Valley on the attack, and Wilkerson going to be fouled on the baseline drive by Bingham, as that foul on Mykel Bingham will be his second.
Hey, what, Chang Hoff did a great job of getting that shoe back on pretty quick as he came down, and I think the defender stepped on his shoe and his foot just came out of the shoe, and he got it back on pretty quick after draining that shot.
So Wilkerson will step to the line. 58.8 to play in the first half. 36-23, largest lead for the Bulldogs, but Wilkerson able to get the first one to go here for the Lakers.
Owen Hardy going to check back in for the Bulldogs as Fair State going to go a little bit bigger inside with Owen Hardy coming in for Mykel Bingham, so they'll have Owen Hardy and Justin Ossie inside.
Bulldogs take Bingham out as he picked up his second, so Hardy come on probably to close out the first half here for Ferris State. 58.8 to play here as Wilkerson will get this second try for Grand Valley. Second try is good, and we got a 36-25 lead.
Bulldogs are confused with who was going to inbound the ball. Looks like Chang Hoff's going to inbound it.
Lakers have an extra defender right there, and they come up with a turnover. Yes, they did, as the Bulldogs turn it over. Big steal here from Grand Valley State in the front court. As the Lakers work it back to Wilkerson, and an offensive foul.
You know what?
Going to be called here against Wilkerson.
Wilkerson actually had his jersey there as he was trying to push off against Bryce Moore. He was determined that he was going to make this move, and ends up drawing the offensive foul.
That foul on Wilkerson will be his second, so he'll have to check out, and Turner will come on. Timeout called by the Bulldogs as Ferris State will use his 30-second timeout. Bingham will check back on as well here for Ferris State as the Bulldogs will get another offensive player out there here with inside of a minute to go and an 11-point lead here at home.
Yep, they'll get him in there. Hopefully he can avoid any foul. And usually you're safer at the offensive end with that. So let's see if he can do that here. Bulldogs now just trying to finish what's been a really positive first half of basketball here tonight so far.
In case you just joined us, Grand Valley State won the women's game to open things up. The number 1 team in the country over number 22 Ferris State, 88-59. We'll check all the scores and updates coming up here at halftime. So the Bulldogs here will inbound. They got to move the length of the floor. 47.3 to go to be exact. 30 on the shot clock here for Ferris State as Bingham will inbound, able to get it into Joey Cabana. The Lakers are going to play off a little bit. Three-quarter court pressure here for GVSU. Bulldogs work it into the front court. Bryce Moore back to Cabana here on the baseline drive for Ferris State. Kicks it away to Chang Hoff. Three ball from Hoff is short. Cabana right there and fouled on the putback try.
Boy, great work there by Joey Cabana. Not one of the bigger guys on the court right now, but he did a good job battling on the glass.
Otten called for the foul with 31.5 to play here as Cabana will step to the stripe here for the Bulldogs to shoot two. Joey, the Chelsea product here, able to get the first one to go here for Ferris State. Owen Hardy will come back on, and Bingham will check out with those two fouls.
Bulldogs right now substituting, trying to make sure that everybody has their matchup straight for this last 31.5.
Another opportunity here for Cabana. The Bulldogs sophomore are able to knock it down, and they got a 38-25 Ferris State lead with 30 seconds remaining. Grand Valley can play for essentially the final shot of this first half if the Lakers elect to do so. Smith will handle out in front of us here near midcourt for Grand Valley. Just going to hold here as he is being defended by Bryce Moore. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Smith off the high screen, found an opening, drives inside, back out front, and the Bulldogs get a defender right there. He kicks it away. Otten from downtown, well off target, and that'll do it for the first half. The Bulldogs take a 13-point lead, I believe, into the locker room. They're going to call 3/10 remaining here, and we'll wait and see if they...
It's just going to be a matter of throwing it in, though. The half is pretty much over. But they're going to put 1 full second.
So it was going to be a shot clock violation, I believe. So 1 second put on the board. And the Bulldogs will just have to get it in, and that'll do it for the first half as Ferris State's going to have the lead at halftime. 38-25, big first half for the Bulldogs against the Lakers.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really just came out with a really great intensity, great focused effort from start to finish, and that's what it takes. But the thing is, you got to do it for another 20 minutes at least.
We'll be back with halftime coverage after this 2-minute break right here on Sunny 97.3 and Flow College from Jim Wink Arena. And welcome back, everyone, to halftime coverage of Ferris State basketball. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you, where the Bulldogs have a 38-25 lead over GVSU here at the halftime break. Bulldogs with a big first half, shot 44%, went 6 of 17 from beyond the arc at 4 of 4 at the line. Ferris State controlled the glass, a 29-18 rebounding edge for the Bulldogs. They overcame 9 turnovers in the first half, just 5 for Grand Valley State here in the opening half. For Ferris State, Mykel Bingham, a huge first half, 5 of 9 from the floor, 3 of 4 from downtown, had 13 points, 7 rebounds to lead the Bulldogs, but a balanced effort. Chang Hoth with 10 points for Ferris State, 6 points for Owen Hardy, 5 points for Tay Boyd, 2 apiece for Joey Cabana and Justin Ossie here on the Ferris State end. Grand Valley State paced in scoring in the first half by Charity with 6 and Wilkerson with 5.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Bulldogs really got the job done at the defensive end, and certainly they were opportunistic in hitting shots that really helped them to get into a nice rhythm. But it really started with great defensive effort and also their ability to work as part of defense to get rebounds. The Bulldogs rebounded the basketball really well.
Ferris State in that first half, we mentioned 29-18 rebounding advantage, 8 offensive boards for the Bulldogs. They outscored Grand Valley State 6-5 on the offensive glass, 12-8 inside the paint, as well as the Bulldogs never trailed in this first half. The score was tied once, no lead changes as Ferris State jumped in front early, and the Bulldogs have had the advantage here throughout that first half of play.
Yeah, they have, and I think you know, Bulldogs have done it. You know, one of the areas where you were maybe wondering how things were going to go, points in the paint. Bulldogs had a 12-8 edge there in terms of points in the paint. Grand Valley a little better of it as far as points off turnovers and fast break points. But the Bulldogs really made it tough on Grand Valley to hit shots, and everything was challenged. And that's how you hold a team to just 18% shooting from the floor and just about 12.5% from 3. That means you're probably challenging everything that they're shooting, and if the Bulldogs must continue that in the second half.
Strong defensive effort, as you mentioned, 18% shooting. They've had just 6 made field goals in that first half, 6 of 33, 2 of 16 from 3, but they did go 11 of 14 at the free throw line as the Bulldogs were called for 10 fouls in the first half.
And that's what's keeping Grand Valley in the game right now. I mean, you think about even if you cut, Bulldogs are just 4 of 4 at the free throw line right now. So if you cut Grand Valley's free throws in half, then the Bulldogs obviously have a much bigger lead than they have right now. And so the Bulldogs got to find a way to be able to continue to defend and hopefully kind of cut back a little bit on those fouls. And we'll see if they can do that in the second half.
On a positive note for Ferris State, a little bit of foul trouble, but Grand Valley State a little bit of foul trouble as well. 3 on Brandon Clairbout for the Bulldogs, 2 on Mykel Bingham, 2 on Tay Boyd. For GVSU, Mason Docks has 2 on David Wilkerson, and 2 on Marcus Graham II here at halftime. The Bulldogs lead it 38-25 here at the halftime break. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more coverage right here on the Voice of the Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3 and the Bulldog Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, to halftime coverage of Ferris State basketball. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you at the break. 38-25 lead here for Ferris State tonight in Great Lakes Center Collegiate Athletic Conference play. The Bulldogs trying to get another conference win here, playing some good basketball here in the month of January, maybe with the exception of that game at Northern Michigan.
Yeah, I think that game certainly stands out. Just a tough performance for the Bulldogs on the back end of a long road trip. But the Bulldogs have come out and had good energy here to start, and they have to be able to manufacture, or should say maintain, that good energy going here into the second half. And I don't know you can count on Grand Valley to again shoot 18% from the floor in the second half. So I think the Bulldogs are going to have to pick it up a little bit more even at the offensive end. Bulldogs shot, I think, overall pretty respectable 44% from the floor. Three-point shot was certainly a friend of the Bulldogs. Maybe you need to find a way to get to the free throw line a little bit more, attack the basket a little bit, try to draw some fouls to get to the free throw line, because Grand Valley out of the locker room early.
As we look around Ferris State University athletics, women's tennis in action today, hosting Eastern Michigan at the Ferris State Racket and Fitness Center. I believe the Bulldogs dropped the first match 6-1, second match 4-1. Not entirely sure. Looks like that's the final now. A little bit of a different mix against Eastern Michigan, playing the same opponent a couple times in what is essentially an exhibition for the Bulldogs against the Division I Eagles. Ferris State hockey off this weekend after a close 4-3 setback against number 15 Augustana on the road in overtime on Saturday night. Looking forward to seeing them back at home at the end of the month, coming up on January 30th and 31st against Minnesota State right here at the Ava Glavin Sports Complex. And, of course, we'll have Bulldog basketball at home this coming week against Lake Superior on Saturday for men's basketball Alumni Day. 1 and 3 p.m. starts. Next Monday night, it'll be Saginaw Valley State in town for 5:30, 7:30 p.m. starts. And then the Bulldog basketball teams will be at home to close out January and start February as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of action, and we always talk about how busy the fall schedule is, and how busy the crossover fall to winter is, and it's a busy time, but it's a busy time right now. And when you think of these winter teams getting toward deeper into their conference schedule, and then looking ahead, they hope to conference tournament play and maybe beyond. Things are starting to pick up, and the intensity level picks up. We saw it on the gridiron, we saw it on the volleyball court in the fall, and we're going to see it on the ice and on the hardwood here in this winter going into the spring.
Of course, Ferris State football in the building tonight. The national champions in the building. A lot of the Bulldog football team, volleyball team as well, and some other athletes here to cheer on these two Ferris State basketball teams tonight. Speaking of Bulldog football, Justin Payout named the Cliff Harris National Small College Football Defensive Player of the Year today. Led the country in interceptions, a school record this past season, and really one of the leaders on that back end of the Bulldog defense for 4 of those national championships.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. I remember a couple seasons ago, I was on the D2Football.com show, and I was telling them about Justin Payout and how good Justin Payout is, and to see how he finished out his career, and he was one of those guys that if you're on the opposite side, you really don't want to throw the ball anywhere near him, because there was a good chance he was going to make a play, and he made a lot of plays for that Bulldog defense, the back end of that Bulldog defense, and hoping to lead the Bulldogs to a second consecutive national championship in the last 5 years.
Of course, a great honor bestowed on him here today, and the Bulldogs a number of All-Americans as well here over the course of this past season. Grand Valley State trailing the Bulldogs 38-25 here at halftime, and Sandy, some keys here for the Bulldogs to pull this one out here in this second half.
Well, the intensity level has to continue. I mean, they have to continue to play at that high level of intensity. That is a must going into this second half, and I think the Bulldogs also have to continue to rebound the basketball really well. They did a good job of rebounding the basketball, making things tough for Grand Valley. They were plus 11 on the boards, plus 10 in terms of defensive rebounds. That has to continue here in the second half. They got to be able to challenge shots and then limit second chance opportunities. Grand Valley did end up with 7 offensive rebounds, but their second chance points, they only got 5 in terms of second chance points. So the Bulldogs have to continue to rebound the basketball. They have to continue to defend, and they got to be opportunistic inside to try to get some more scoring buckets inside to complement the outside.
Ferris State with the lead, 38-25. We'll be back with the second half after this 2-minute timeout right here on Flow College and Sunny 97.3. back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you as we get ready for the start of the second half. It'll be Ferris State basketball. The Bulldogs with a 38-25 lead as Ferris State will have it from right to left to start this second half of play.
So Bulldogs need to get off to a good start as they have that first possession and see what Coach Fodness and Coach Hazelton here is. It look like they're going to double team Joey Cabana right off the bat. Grand Valley looks like they're going to turn up the pressure here right off the rip.
So Ferris State to inbound as Chang Hoff will inbound it here for the Bulldogs, looking for Cabana. Instead, he'll have to go here to Mykel Bingham as we're back to action. Chang Hoff with it here in the front court set. Spins it right side here for the Bulldogs to Cabana. Down to Bingham here at the point for Ferris State. Back to Cabana. Joey with it back to Mykel Bingham. Left side corner to Claremont for three off the rim, and the rebound pulled away here by GVSU as Wilkerson has it moving the opposite way. Wilkerson will spin it back out. Thought about the three. The Bulldogs trying to get matched up here. They got a big mismatch inside with Cabana right now trying to guard the big man Thompson. Now Ferris State will get switched back. 15 on the shot clock here for GVSU. Docks with it here to the near side for Grand Valley. Out wide to Charity. Driving inside. Spinning on Claremont. Contested shot. But Grand Valley with the offensive board underneath. Wilkerson will feed it to the corner. Three ball from the near side by Charity is up and good.
Yeah, Charity had been struggling with the outside shot. Finally gets one to fall.
And that'll cut the lead back to 10. For ticket scores, merchandise, video, and more, be sure to log on to FerrisStateBulldogs.com. Claremont with it here on the left wing to Cabana. Joey with it back over to the right side to Mykel Bingham. Bulldogs will go top side to Owen Hardy. Hardy back to Bingham here on the right side. Three ball from Kell is on the way and good.
Kell has not been struggling with the outside shot as Bingham hit 3 of 4 in the first half and off to a good start in the second.
They're going to call it a 2 again, though, for Bingham. Put back underneath by Charity is up and good.
Yeah, you're right, they did, but great look there from the corner for Kell as he has been hitting that outside shot.
They've got it called as a 3 on the scoreboard, but we'll see if they reverse that or not. Bingham with it on the near side. Here comes Cabana. Baseline jumper on the way. Rattles away for Joey Cabana. Tipped out of bounds. It'll remain here with the Bulldogs.
Wild sequence right there as Brandon Clairbaugh was crashing in.
So substitutions here for Ferris State as Tay Boyd and Bryce Moore will come on here for the Bulldogs. Joey Cabana will check out along with Brandon Clairbaugh here for Ferris State. 18-16 to play here as they try to inbound. And they're going to put the shot clock at 19 here with 18-15 to go.
We got a discrepancy here between the. We'll see how they sort that one out on whether that was a 3 or not. But right now, Bulldogs still with a lead.
So the Bulldogs here with Chang Hoff, and he turned it over, taken away the other way by Wilkerson, and blocked away by Hoff as he got back. Bingham trying to come away with the loose ball on the floor. It'll be Ferris State basketball.
Boy, great recovery there by Chang Hoff after getting picked. Finds a way to come back and gets the block, smacks it off the glass, and Grand Valley loses it out of bounds.
18:01 to go in the ball game here as looks like they're going to put 6.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the 6 is.
I don't know what the 6 is.
And anyway, the Bulldogs are trying to get it in. 6 to get it across maybe here as Bingham has it.
Good call.
Into the front court for Ferris State, off to Bryce Moore. 17:55 to go in the ball game. 41-30 lead here for Ferris State. Moore attacking right side. Sidesteps to the hole and score.
Strong finish right there off that drive.
Bryce Moore extending the Ferris State lead here to 13. Left side of the floor, Alderink has it here for GVSU. Back in the corner to Wilkerson, back around the horn here to Mason Docks. Charity from downtown for 3 off the front side of the iron, and Chang Hoff with the defensive rebound here for Ferris State.
Good job again. Bulldogs have to continue to rebound.
Boyd with it here on the right sideline. 3 ball on the way for Tay. Circles off the rim. Owen Hardy battling to keep it alive, and more undercut out of bounds. It'll be Laker basketball.
That's a tough one if you're the Bulldogs, as Alderink kind of took the legs out of Bryce Moore there. Inadvertently, of course, but
looks like Trevor Smith will come on here for Grand Valley. We'll see who he comes on for. He came on for somebody.
2, 3. Somebody came off. I couldn't see. Not Docks. I'm not sure who came off, but somebody came off.
Might have came on for Wilkerson, it does look like. So The Bulldogs will try to get a stop here on the defensive end. Docks racing off the right side, picked up by Moore. Back top side out wide to Smith. Smith back to Docks. Long three from Mason Docks. High off the board and rebounded here by Tay Boyd for Ferris State.
Probably not the person that Grand Valley really wants shooting that shot here as Lakers trying to pick it up.
Boyd trying to work it into the front court, lost the handle, but able to get it back here for Ferris State. Now Bingham will set it up on the right side here for the Bulldogs. Mykel with it here, working one-on-one out front. Back to Bryce Moore. Moore doubled out front. Back to Bingham. Bingham swings it to the corner to Chang Huff for three. This one no good, but Owen Hardy with the rebound.
He pulled his jersey.
And we do have a foul whistled here against GVSU. Going to be called against Smith.
He definitely had a big hold of Owen's jersey here. Tugged it right on out of his shorts.
Lakers go to the bench as Thompson will check out. Rigneris will come on here for GVSU as Bryce Moore will inbound here out of the line set. Hardy in the corner with it for Ferris State. We'll give it right back to Moore. Moore deep in the corner, picked up by Docks. Trying to back his way down here as the Bulldogs let him go to work. Topside back to Hoff. Chang with it back to Moore in the corner. Three ball from Bryce is off the rim, and the long rebound ran down by Trevor Smith. Smith on the push, looking for Charity on the right. Able to avoid the contact and slams it home.
Good finish there by Charity along the baseline. That ball pressure defensively by the Bulldog against the Bulldogs really helped set that up.
Here comes Tay Boyd attacking for Ferris State. Boyd left open and banks it home for the Bulldogs.
Good job there by Tay making something out of nothing. Here comes Grand Valley.
Charity right back the other way with it for the Lakers. Stepped out of play and threw it away. Intercepted here by Owen Hardy. The Bulldogs trying to attack. Here is Charity is chasing the play. Bingham topside. Hoth from downtown for three off the rim, and the rebound here by Grand Valley. Back up the floor to Docks. This one back and forth here as Docks spins to the hole. No call here. Offensive board and a foul here on the putback try for Rigneris.
Rigneris did a good job battling inside, coming away with the ball. Bulldogs hold steady here, still up by 13.
15:28 to go in the ball game. 45-32 our score. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on Sunny 97.3 in Flow College. Welcome back, everyone, to courtside coverage of Ferris State basketball. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you. 45-32, Bulldog lead here with 15:28 to go in the ball game.
The Bulldogs coming back out of the huddle here, trying to keep this edge that they've had going. And again, it started with their great work at the defensive end and on the glass.
Cam Rigneris will be at the line here for Grand Valley State to shoot a pair of free throws. 6'9" sophomore from Granville. After the foul was whistled against Owen Hardy, just the first on Big O. Here is Rigneris will step to the stripe here for GVSU. Trying to cut into this Bulldog lead, and the first free throw is no good. So not able to get the first to go. The Lakers 11 of 15 from the line here at the contest.
The way that one missed, you better make sure you box out here if you're the Bulldogs.
Second opportunity here as he steps right back up to the line. This one no good as well, and Bingham with the rebound here for Ferris State. Bryce Moore to handle here as Gray is back on to defend at the point. Moore works right around him. He goes to Hoff. Back topside to Bingham here as the Bulldogs try to keep the possession here and get something going toward the hoop. It's Bingham off the right side, found an opening, feeds it off underneath the Hardys, trapped on the baseline. Got it back to Bingham, now to Hoff. 8 on the shot clock, Moore out front with it off the high screen. Bryce trying to feed it, goes to Boyd in the corner. A long jumper by Tay Boyd is off target. They're going to call a shot clock violation here against the Bulldogs.
The defense again, Grand Valley made the Bulldogs have to work hard and really got the look that they wanted as the Bulldogs able to hang on and get a shot late, but it ends up being a shot clock violation.
Smith will pick it up here at the midcourt line here for GVSU, trailing 45-32. Down low to Charity. Charity spins over Bingham, a wild shot, and Hardy with the defensive cleanup here for Ferris State.
Just not very patient on that move there was Charity, and Bulldogs the beneficiary.
Bulldogs set it up back to the near side to Bryce Moore. Moore fakes on the handoff as it was going to be ripped away. Bingham from downtown fouled on the three, and he's going to get 3 free throws here. Foul on the point against Charity.
Not a good move there by Charity. He's shooting a fadeaway 3 from about 2 steps behind the 3-point line.
Got too close under him right there, and Kel will get 3 tries at the line. Bingham, 16 points, 9 rebounds here in this game tonight for Ferris State as the first free throw by Kel is good. Senior having a monster game here for Ferris State at home.
It certainly, I would say, has been his most consistent full season to this point that we've seen from Mykel Bingham.
Bingham steps back to the line. Second opportunity is good here for the Grand Rapids product. Justin Ossie going to head to the table here for Ferris State as he'll come on for Owen Hardy.
Owen Hardy going to get a break, and Owen's giving the Bulldogs some solid minutes tonight.
So the Bulldogs here, 14:32 to play here as Bingham will get try number 3 to go as well here for Ferris State, and it's a 48-32 lead here for the Bulldogs. Grand Valley State the opposite way here as Alderink will hand off to Charity. Charity with it back to Smith. Smith with it back over to Charity again. Charity off the dribble has Ossie on him. Inside out, a 3 from the corner for Gray is no good. And an offensive board here for Grand Valley as Rigneris was able to grab it, and Bingham picked up his 3rd.
Rigneris has come in with a little bit of energy here. As the Bulldogs have got to be able to match that energy as he's been able to get on the offensive glass here a little bit.
Brandon Clairbout will come on here, replacing Bingham. He'll take a seat with those 3 fouls here as Charity has it. Working against Clairbout. Brandon trying to hold his spot on the block. Good defense here early, but Charity able to finish.
They had the mindset to go right into Jalen Charity with the matchup against Brandon Clairbout. Maybe Brandon not wanting to pick up a foul.
14-point lead. Bryce Moore just in front of us. Heavy pressure from Smith. Now topside to Justin Ossie. Ossie looking to make a give here. Back to Chang Hoth out top. Hoth driving it left side into the corner here to Clairbout. The Bulldogs will work it back to Moore. 10 on the shot clock here for Ferris State to Tay Boyd. Boyd with 7. Races into the lane. Gets the shot up and in.
Boy, good take right there to the hole by Tay Boyd.
Tay Boyd with a big basket here to extend the margin back to 16. Smith with it on the near side. Grand Valley will work it into the corner. They go down low to Rigneris. Ossie holding his spot, and a hand check going to be whistled here against Ferris State, as this one on Justin Ossie will be his 2nd.
They're going to call him, I guess he had hands in the back, I guess? I don't know. That's a tough one.
Thompson back on here as Grand Valley going to the bench. Thompson and Turner will come on for the Lakers. 13:22 to go as Grand Valley will inbound. Charity matched up against Boyd. Back topside, Gray from downtown. This 3 rolls away to the far side and rebounded by the Bulldogs as Gray could not get it to go, and Ferris State able to come away with the rebound. As Bulldogs here on the defensive end go topside to Bryce Moore. 13 minutes left of the ball game. Moore back to Ossie. Ossie with it topside here. Hoth with it back to Ossie. 3-ball from Justin is on the way and good.
Little pick and pop right there, and the big fella with a 3 from the wing.
Able to hit that one as Grand Valley takes it the opposite way. Smith to the hole off the glass and good.
That was a tough shot.
Able to cut the Ferris State lead here to 53-36. 12:35 to go here in the ball game, and a
technical foul on Coach Mann. I think Coach Mann really upset right there. Maybe wanted a foul against on that drive by Smith. Coach Mann is letting the officials have it right now, and so the Bulldogs are going to get a couple of technical free throws here. As Chang Hoff going to step to the stripe here. 12:34 to go. Bulldogs with a 17-point lead in this contest, 53-36. Chang Hoff going to shoot the technical free throws. First one good.
So Hoff able to knock home the first here for Ferris State with 12:34 to go in the ball game. It's 54-36 as the second try from Hoff is good. Got the friendly roll here. He's got 12 on the night here for the Bulldogs.
Magic word right there is, unfortunately for Grand Valley, that wipes away a couple of points that they just got at the other end. Coach Mann still furious right now.
So the Bulldogs will have the basketball here as Ferris State will inbound to Bryce Moore at three-quarter court. Moore across the timeline. Smith right up on him. The ball coming our way, and it's going to be a takeaway here for Smith off the turnover. Into the paint is Turner, and it's blocked away, but a foul call.
That might have been a little bit of a makeup call right there for the technical that he called on Cornell Mann right there. It looked like he just kind of lost the ball.
So number 3 on Justin Ossie with 12:21 to play. The Bulldogs in front 55-36, and Turner will be at the stripe here for GVSU. First free throw by Turner is good.
Owen Hardy going to get right back up off the bench and get back into this contest here as Justin Ossie, solid minutes during that stretch that he was in the game.
So Ossie will check out here as Turner will step back to the line for the Lakers. Second try rolls away. It is no good. And a rebound here by Thompson as the Bulldogs did not get the foul called over the back against GVSU. And I think they're going to stop and play and add some time back to the clock.
So they gave a reset, and then they ran, they're going to say 2 seconds elapsed. So
Grand Valley State will get it. I think the Bulldogs wanted the foul over the back as Owen Hardy was kind of shoved out of the way.
We got two unhappy head coaches right now.
Right now, we got wild things going on here. Tough to see down to the other end of the floor. Back near side 3. It's on the way. This one off target for Gray again. And a foul on the rebound. And I think they're going to get Owen Hardy with the foul call here for Ferris State.
Yeah, Owen trying to box out there. He was held initially, but then he did go and grab the arm to try to hold Thompson under control.
So the Lakers will inbound here with 12 minutes to go. Off the near side and down low. A turnover here picked up here on the defensive end by Ferris State. As the Bulldogs will race it forward, and a reach-in foul going to be called against Smith, as he'll be charged with his second foul. That'll lead us to a media timeout. Ferris State leads it 55-38 with just under 12 minutes to play. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on Sunny 97.3.
The Bingham Health Center is here to support the well-being of Ferris State students. From medical care to wellness resources, they're committed to keeping our campus healthy and strong. Learn more through Ferris State University, and thank you to Bingham Health Center.
37, I got it. 37.
Yeah, I do too. Welcome back, everyone, to courtside coverage of Ferris State basketball. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from here inside Jim Wink Arena, where the Bulldogs lead it 55-37 with 11:55 to play.
The Bulldogs right now trying to keep that momentum going.
So the Bulldogs to inbound here as Ferris State tries to get it in, and Owen Hardy on the baseline going to be fouled here by Thompson. Another foul charge here to GVSU. That'll be the first on Thompson.
Thompson committing that foul. Bulldogs want to continue to be strong with that basketball. You know Grand Valley's not going to let the pressure up.
Cabana with it on the inbounds play here to Hardy. Attacking the hoop, and another foul here against the Lakers as Thompson is called again. Owen Hardy attacking the big man and has worked himself to the free throw line here for Ferris State.
Yeah, Thompson with the body down low, getting a piece of Owen Hardy. That's going to get Big O at the free throw line.
Hardy at the stripe here for Ferris State. First free throw by Owen, a little bit long that time and no good. Bulldogs, their first miss at the line, 9 of 10 here in the ball game. 11:50 left here in the contest. What's been a well-played game here for Ferris State. Not able to get the second try to go, and Thompson with a defensive rebound. Docks racing it forward here for GVSU. Into the corner, down low off to Smith. Smith just off the block against Cabana, trying to body up, back left side corner. Docks from downtown for three, it's good.
Big hit there by Docks. They started out by posting Smith down low as Thompson. A couple of GV players here. One GV player's he's got some blood on his left cheek there.
So that is Turner here, who's going to have to check out. And it looks like back on will come Alderink. Bingham will come on. Thompson.
I think, you know what, those two must have collided somehow. I missed it. That must have been a big collision.
So it looks like Thompson will come out as well for the Lakers. And back on will come Charity. The Bulldogs with Bingham back on, so Bingham will inbound. Brandon Clairbout, Joey Cabana, Bryce Moore, and Owen Hardy, the five out there here for Ferris State. 15-point lead with 11:31 to go here in the ball game.
Bulldogs could use a bucket right here.
So Kel will inbound at the other end here for Ferris State as he'll get ready to toss it on here for the Bulldogs. Bryce Moore with it as he will handle here against Smith. Into the front court for Ferris State. Right wing with it now is Brandon Clairbout. Top side to Bingham. Bingham with it back left side here to Cabana, trying to spin on Docks. Joey out wide to Bingham. Kel with it, found an opening, drives off the glass and good. They're going to call an offensive foul.
So Kel with the big drive. See if the defender, take a look at the replay, see if the defender got out of the restricted area. It might have gotten out of the restricted area.
That is number 4 here on Bingham as well with 11:11 to play. So a big foul.
That's a big one.
Here against Mykel Bingham. So Tay Boyd will have to come back on here for Ferris State.
So Bulldogs are going to have to work a little bit harder to manufacture some points right now with Kel out.
Bulldogs try to get matched up here as Smith has it out wide for Grand Valley. Back top side to Wilkerson, who comes back on. On the far side to Smith on the block against Cabana. Back near side out wide. Wilkerson from the arc. Well off target, and Cabana with a defensive rebound. On the move, here comes Tay Boyd up the floor to Brandon Clairbout. Clairbout with it over to Moore. Moore back far side corner here to Cabana. Cabana bumped on the play against Docks, trying to step through, and a reach and foul going to be called against Alderink.
Alderink with the reach there as he saw Joey Cabana kind of loading up for a shot in the lane. Decides to give up the foul. That'll put Joey at the stripe.
So the Chelsea product will step back to the line here for Ferris State. Cabana with 2 points on the night, 2 of 2 from the stripe. And not able to get the first one to go. The Bulldogs have now missed 3 straight after making their first 9 at the free throw line in the ball game.
Bulldogs got to take advantage of these opportunities when you get them. Grand Valley's going to keep the pressure on, so they're going to commit some fouls.
Second opportunity by Cabana is good, and the Bulldogs have a 16-point lead here midway through this second half. They've been able to extend it a little bit here to start the second half of play. Smith with it here at the point, left side to Wilkerson. Wilkerson a couple dribbles back to Smith here at the top of the circle. Down low to Charity against Tay Boyd. Charity spins into the lane, and a foul going to be called.
It looked to me like he just lost his balance.
And they're going to get Brandon Clairbout with the foul call. That'll be his 4th.
I mean, he's trying to back down against Tay Boyd. It looked like Brandon might have tripped him.
It's called against Brandon. That'll be his 4th, and this the 7th team foul. See if they call this 2 shots here for Charity. And it's going to be a 1-on-1 set here against Charity.
That was definitely not a shooting foul.
So it is a 1-on-1 set here as Charity will try to earn the second. First free throw by Charity is up and good.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, go ahead, Rob.
I was just going to say he's got 16, the only Laker in double figures.
I was going to say, I stand corrected. It definitely wasn't a foul on Tay Boyd, but it looked like there might have been an incidental trip there by Brandon Clairbout.
So one more try here for Jalen Charity here for Grand Valley State, senior out of Grand Rapids, Northview. Second try is good as he gets that one to fall through. Now 6 of 6 at the line. And the Lakers not going away just yet. Down by 14 here as Bryce Moore will handle into the half-court set. Smith applying the heavy defense here for Grand Valley. Bulldogs work it to Owen Hardy. Hardy with it here, trying to find someone open. Now back left side to Brandon Clairbout. Clairbout into the lane and kind of lost his footing, and traveling going to be called here against the Bulldogs.
A tough one right there. As he was trying to turn the corner here, and yeah, he just lost his balance there, slipped. His left foot kind of came from under him and almost did the splits there as he comes out.
Brandon will check out as Chang Hoth will come back on here for Ferris State.
It's a big opportunity right now here for Grand Valley.
The Bulldogs will set it up here as Charity works it left side. Out wide, Wilkerson driving back to the right side and blocked from behind by Hoff.
Yeah,
but a foul here on Owen Hardy.
Could have been on Owen Hardy. It looked like Chang Hoff got all ball.
He got a foul fest going on here with 9:46 to go. 8th team foul here on the Bulldogs as Wilkerson will be at the stripe here for GVSU.
And the challenge is that you certainly see Grand Valley expanding its free throw edge here in this contest, and coming down here under 10 minutes to go. Well, it's got to find a way to defend without fouling quite so much, without putting them at that free throw line quite so much.
First one was good. Second opportunity here for Wilkerson. He is on the way and in, and make it 56-44 here as the Bulldogs will inbound.
Yeah, they've been able to cut it down to 12 now.
Moore with it here for Ferris State, trying to handle it for the Bulldogs across the midcourt line, and Smith going to be called with the foul as he did not like the call.
Yeah, I can. Smith's a little bit frustrated right there, and it looked like he wanted to really slam that ball down, and then he's like, wait a minute, that's the official that called the technical foul on Coach Mann. I better hand it back to him.
So Bryce Moore back to the line here. 7th foul against the Lakers. 1-and-1 set from here on out here for Ferris State as Moore steps up to the line here for the Bulldogs. First free throw by Bryce Moore is on the way, and good. Got the bounce a couple times off the rim and got it to fall through.
I tell you what, that rattled in, popped up, and then came back down. So nobody really is going to care how it went in. It's just going to matter that it did go in.
Moore will step right back up here for Ferris State. And the Bulldogs senior able to connect on the second try, make it 58-44. Grand Valley with it across the midcourt line as Dox will work it. Alderink on the handoff to Smith. On the left side of the circle, Smith into the lane, taking the contact, and another foul going to be whistled here against the Bulldogs. This one will be on Cabana.
See, I mean, again, if they're going to call that, then you got to just do it at the other end too. Just jump right in the guys. I mean, if they're going to give him that call, I mean, as long as it's consistent, I guess. I don't know.
This crew, no hurry to get to the national championship viewing tonight.
They're failing to understand the sense of urgency right here. Is that first free throw good?
So Smith will have one more try here.
They've been getting an earful at both ends of the court.
Done a good job of maintaining control of the game. We've just shot a lot of free throws here so far in the ball game. Second try, no good as well, and Bryce Moore somehow comes away with the rebound here for Ferris State, trying to keep his dribble alive.
Grabbing his jersey.
On the push up the floor, back to the left hand, shot no good for Moore. And on the offensive glass, a tie-up is called. I think it's going to be Laker basketball.
Yeah. Bulldog coaches down here saying, hey, do a jump stop here and then kind of power up and kind of gather yourself a little bit. Words of Coach Hazelton.
Grand Valley will inbound. Dox with it here. Picked up by Moore, who will back off to midcourt now as we approach the 9-minute mark to play here at this ball game. 58-44 lead here for Ferris State tonight at home in the GLIAC.
Ooh, that was almost a double dribble.
Has it out front to Alderink on the left side of the circle. Alderink with it, trying to work against Justin Ossie. Leans in, fades back, not able to get it to go, but an offensive board by Wilkerson. Inside out, the missed three, but another offensive board as Dox comes away with it. Back to Smith, driving right side, bucket good, and he's fouled.
Gave up 2 offensive rebounds and eventually they get a basket and a three-point play opportunity. That's why you got to rebound the basketball. Bulldogs were good at that in the first half.
So Joey Cabana picks up his third as Owen Hardy will head back on here for Ferris State. So the Bulldogs gonna run out of bodies the way this one is going here tonight.
Bulldogs are going a little bit bigger. They're going to bring Joey Cabana out and put Owen Hardy in.
So at the stripe will be Trevor Smith trying to complete the three-point play. Lakers back within 12 here with 8:45 to go in the ball game. Free throw is good. Make it 58-47. Bulldogs with 10 team fouls already in the second half. The Lakers with 7.
So the Lakers will be shooting 2 from here on out. Big screen right there by Justin Ossie.
Moore with it here across the timeline to Ossie out top. Justin still with it, back to Moore. Bulldogs need to find some offense here with 15 on the shot clock. Bryce over to Tay Boyd outside the circle, and a foul called. Down low, this is going to be on Alderink, so another foul on the Lakers.
Alderink trying to hold Justin Ossie. He was trying to pop up top. That's 18 fouls here on Grand Valley. So anybody looking to get an early start on the national championship game, use your phone to stay on track of that.
Good crowd on hand here. The crowd hasn't went anywhere here.
They're hanging out.
Justin Ossie at the line, and the free throw no good, and the rebound secured here by GVSU. Lakers on the push ahead. Here to Docks on the right sideline. Wilkerson out top has Owen Hardy on him, and stripped of the ball. Ossie with it the other way here for Ferris State. And Justin trying to keep his dribble alive. High dribble a couple times, and the Bulldogs now will try to slow it up.
Settle down.
8 minutes to go, 58-47, still a double-digit lead here for the Bulldogs. Chang Hoff out wide on the right to Ossie at the point for Ferris State. Justin working down the lane, spins a couple times, powers it up, and Owen Hardy with the jam on the back end.
Big jam right there by Big O.
Big jam by Hardy. 3 here at the other end. Off target, and Tay Boyd with the rebound.
Tay Boyd pulling that one down. Is every rebound going to be tough? Here's big fella for 3.
Ossie not able to get it to go. Smith with the rebound. Action up and down. Here is Smith. Takes it the other way, and he lost the basketball, but a whistle here against the Bulldogs on Bryce Moore.
Yeah, it looked like he was losing the handle on the way up. Yeah.
We have reached a media timeout. Ferris State leads it by 13 inside of 8 minutes remaining. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on Sunny 97.3. Welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball action from inside Jimwick Arena. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you. Where the Bulldogs lead it 60-47, 7:24 remaining here in the ball game.
So Bulldogs right now coming back out, trying to see if they can find that offensive spark again while continuing to crank it up at the defensive end. But see how long Coach Fodness wants to keep Mykel Bingham on the bench. And Mykel Bingham, Bulldogs leading scorer in the game with 19 points, but does have 4 personal fouls.
Smith at the stripe here for Grand Valley, trying to cut into this advantage here for Ferris State. First free throw by Smith is good. He's got 9 in the ball game here for the Lakers. One more as he tries to get into double-figure scoring against FSU. Second try here from Smith. Trevor Smith, the veteran senior, able to get it to fall through here for Grand Valley.
A couple of big free throws here. Got that Bulldog lead down to 11.
Bryce Moore with it here for Ferris State will handle against Mason Docks across the midcourt line. Topside to Justin Ossie. Ossie has Thompson on him. A handoff to Chang Hoth out front, picked up by Wilkerson. Hoth driving hard to the near side, takes it all the way up, missed the shot though, and the long rebound grab by Grand Valley after an errant miss. Wilkerson will back it out, down low to Charity on the baseline, squares up on Hardy, spins back to the bucket and scores.
That's a big move right there. A little bit of a quickness edge there on Owen Hardy.
Lakers back within single digits here, a 9-point ball game. It's 60-51 with 6:40 to go in the contest. Tay Boyd with it here for Ferris State, trying to handle Smith right up on him. A lot of contact. Now back to Bryce Moore. The Bulldogs turn it over. Back the other way, and Smith lays it up and in.
And that, just like that, the lead down to 7.
So the Lakers responding here with the heavy pressure have cut it to 60-53 with a full timeout coming here. And we'll see if they're going to take a look at something or not, having a discussion here with the Ferris State bench.
30-second timeout goes to a full.
So Grand Valley right back in the ball game here. Ferris State basketball presented by Cranker's Restaurant and Brewery of Big Rapids. Handcrafted beer and great food. Cranker's Restaurant and Brewery is a proud supporter of the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs here trying to withstand the pressure from Grand Valley. Ferris State has turned it over 15 times here in the ball game. The Laker guards have kind of hounded the Bulldogs trying to hold on to the basketball.
So one thing is, when you're in a situation like that, a lot of times what you have to do is attack them. You know, if you're trying to just handle the ball and protect the ball against the pressure, that's when the pressure becomes even more effective. And so I think what the Bulldogs got to get back to is attacking them, is trying to look to score off of that pressure, make them pay, dribble into them, try to force the officials to call some fouls in the other direction. And so that's what the Bulldogs are going to have to do, the adjustment that they're going to have to make with the lineup that they've had on the floor.
Ferris State again at home on Saturday, hosting Lake Superior. 1 and 3 o'clock starts for basketball action. Stay with us after the game. We'll have the Preferred Office Machines post-game show from courtside right here at Jim Wick Arena. See if the Bulldogs can find a way to close this one out. Tay Boyd along with Chang Hoth and Bryce Moore, Owen Hardy and Justin Ossie, the 5 on the floor here for the Bulldogs. You mentioned it earlier with Bingham. How long do you wait to bring him back on if you're Ferris State?
My guess is probably the next stoppage here, if not sooner.
So the Bulldogs will inbound here as Chang Hoth will get it into Owen Hardy, right back to Chang. Picked up by Wilkerson as Hoth will handle here across the midcourt line for Ferris State. Wilkerson up on him as the Bulldogs trying to give it off, and too much contact right there in midcourt. Going to be called against Mason Docks. That'll be his 3rd.
So that's 19 fouls on Grand Valley. Next foul, both teams will be shooting double bonus from here on out.
So Chang Hoth at the stripe here for Ferris State, trying to knock down a couple free throws here for the Bulldogs and stop this Laker run. Lakers were down by as many as 16 or 17, I believe, at one stage, but have cut it back to 7 here with 6:18 remaining. Hoth at the line for Ferris State, 6:18 to go in the ball game. Free throw is good as Chang able to knock home the first. He's got 13 on the night for the Bulldogs. Bingham with 19 to pace Ferris State.
Yeah, if the team's going to pressure you that much, you got to dribble into them. You got to make that contact a little bit more obvious to make them call that foul.
2 big free throws right there from Hoth, and the lead back to 9 here for the Bulldogs as Great Valley State will set it up across the timeline. Docks holding out front here for the Lakers. We'll get the high screen from Thompson. Docks topside to Wilkerson. Wilkerson with it on that far side here for the Lakers. Now over to Smith, back near side. Wilkerson squares up, 1 of the 3. Drives on Tay Boyd. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Here's Docks. Docks trying to get it away and does, and connects.
That's a tough shot right there. He had a player flying around him and able to gather himself and hit a big 3.
62-56 now as Ferris State will work it. Tay Boyd working off the dribble against Smith to the near side. Top side to Moore as Moore will handle. And Moore stripped of the ball. Here is Docks, took it away. Docks the other way. Hesitation, dribble, it's good. On the lay-in and a foul on the Bulldogs.
And that's going to get Mykel Bingham back in.
So foul whistled here against Ferris State. Going to be called against Moore. That'll be his third as Bingham will come on, and Justin Ossie will have to check out here for Ferris State with 5:28 to play.
Again, when you defensive dribble like that right at about midcourt, you know, it's just it kind of plays into the defense's hands there a little bit, and they've been able to get a number of picks like that have allowed them to get off on the break, and now that lead is down to 3.
One possession ball game here with 5.5 to play as the Lakers capitalize on the turnover. Here comes Tay Boyd out top. Bulldogs don't want to dribble too much against this pressure. Chang Hoff trapped near midcourt. Back to Boyd, off to Bingham. Kell with it, back to Tay Boyd. Tay puts it on the deck, drives inside, reverse lay-in, blocked away by Charity.
That was a good recovery there by Charity. Pretty good move to get into the paint there from Tay Boyd.
So the Bulldogs will key it in here from along the baseline. Out of the line set here is Bryce Moore will be the inbounder here for Ferris State. 10 on the shot clock here for the Bulldogs. Owen Hardy trying to break free. Somebody's got to get open if you're Ferris State, and it's Hardy in the corner. Hardy puts it on the deck against Thompson. Owen trying to make a move, some contact, and he finishes inside here for the Bulldogs.
Not really sure you wanted your 6'9" guy to have it in the corner, but he made a dribble move and got to the basket and got the score.
Big move from Owen Hardy. Charity with it on the handoff to Wilkerson. Wilkerson to the elbow, back left side to Smith. Here beyond the arc for GVSU. 18 on the shot clock. Back to Wilkerson with the head fake. Wilkerson will dump it inside to Charity. Makes a couple moves on Bingham. Missed the shot. And the offensive board here for Grand Valley underneath the Charity. And another whistle here. Owen had the arms up that time, but a whistle against the Bulldogs.
Well, that's a tough break right there. Sometimes oh my goodness, that is just not much of a foul there.
That's number 4 on Owen Hardy as well, here with 4:29 to play in the ball game, and Charity right back to the stripe.
Coach Todd is pretty much going to have to roll with him right now as Charity misfires.
Charity misses the first of 2 as the Bulldogs here in the basketball game have been charged with 23 fouls. Grand Valley State with 18. Second try by Charity is good.
It's the pair, 4-point game.
Bryce Moore with it here in the backcourt, 64-60. The Bulldogs lead it, and he lost the handle again. Dox takes it the other way and scores.
So again, another pick 2 goes in favor of Grand Valley.
Bulldogs got to get someone to handle the basketball here against this heavy pressure. And Dox takes a fall here. More attacking for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs turn it over once more. Wilkerson the other way. Might have been a foul against Grand Valley. And Charity slams it home.
Yeah, threw a little bit of an elbow, got away with it. But again, the Bulldogs turn the ball over again, and it leads to another basket.
Charity gets the bucket at the other end. Timeout called here with 3:59 to play in the contest. This will become our final media timeout. We're tied up. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on the Voice of the Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3. Welcome back, everyone, to Bulldog basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from courtside here at Jim Wink Arena, where Grand Valley State has stormed back, tied up the game here with 3:59 to go.
Right now they're trying to verify who called the timeout. Coach Hazelton saying that Grand Valley called the timeout. So could become a factor here down the stretch. So
they're going to say they're having a discussion at the table. They're going to say Ferro State has one left, I think, and Grand Valley State has three remaining. So we need the Bulldogs to inbound at the far end.
the way this game is tightened up, that could be a factor.
Ferro State and Grand Valley tied up at 64 here in this West Michigan rivalry game as Joey Cabana returns. He'll orchestrate the offense here for Ferro State as they get a ball handler in there against the heavy pressure from Mason Docks. Cabana bumped out front, trying to make a move here for the Bulldogs. Working his way inside, slipped and fell and missed the shot, rebounded by GVSU.
He's hurt.
Wilkerson on the push ahead here to Smith as Cabana is at the other end and the bucket good as they'll stop play now here for the Bulldog injury. So the Bulldog fans upset here as Smith got the bucket at the other end to give the Lakers the advantage. And Cabana down here back to the near side end of the floor here for Ferro State.
It's been a tough last few minutes here for the Bulldogs.
Cabana being looked at here by the Ferro State medical team, back up and on his feet. As Bryce Moore will have to come back on here for Ferro State.
And they're going to take a look at the replay here.
We're just going to look to see what happened right there.
So they're going to just take a look just to confirm that nothing extra happened here as Joey Cabana was down after working his way to the basket. And it looks like might have taken an accidental knee to the head. Take a look at it again. But did not look like anything malicious necessarily, but Grand Valley player accidentally kneed him in the head. So it didn't look like anything malicious, but Thompson, looked like Thompson might have kneed him in the back of the head. Take another look here as all three officials. Joey working his way inside. Yeah, not really sure what the verdict is going to be here, but unfortunately for the Bulldogs, Rob, we've really struggled against the ball pressure, and you know the officials have let a lot of that go, and that unfortunately it has not worked to the advantage of the Bulldogs. That's for sure, as Grand Valley's had been able to put a lot of very physical pressure on the perimeter. But the Bulldogs only have 18 free throw attempts to 30 for Grand Valley.
It'll be Ferro State to inbound here, so nothing. They checked to see if there was anything. I think
yeah, it was incidental.
It was incidental against Joey Cabana, so it'll be Ferro State basketball in the half-court set, trailing by 2. Bryce Moore handling here for Ferro State. Got to be strong with the basketball if you're the Bulldogs. Chang Hoth with it on the left side. Bingham out front at the free throw line. Kell working off the lane on the near side to the hoop for the bucket.
Yeah, good finish there with the left hand as he's able to get a step on Jalen Charity.
So big basket there from Mykel Bingham. He's got 21 in the ball game. We're tied back up at 66 here at the 3-minute mark to go. Charity trying to attack, spins to the bucket, missed the shot, and the Bulldogs come away with the rebound.
Charity could have been a little bit more patient, but the Bulldogs are certainly thankful that he wasn't.
Bingham goes right back to Moore, and Doc's right there with the pressure. Back to Tay Boyd here on the near side. Top side to Owen Hardy. They look back down low for Bingham. Bingham working right at Charity. Inside. Trapped and had to kick it back out to Bryce Moore. 9 on the shot clock. Back to Bingham with 2:35 to go in the ball game. Hoth out front with 5. Chang trying to make a move here for the Bulldogs. Gets the shot up and partially blocked away. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
Wow. Wow.
So that'll be another turnover on the Bulldogs as Alderink will come back on. Going to replace Thompson on the front line here for Grand Valley.
So Alderink will throw the inbounds pass. Doc's going to bring it up. 2:29 to go, and got to bear down. Both teams trying to bear down in this last 2.5.
66-66 our score here as Grand Valley has the possession. Smith with it out wide here for GVSU. They went to Charity the last couple trips. Here's Wilkerson with it, back to Smith. They're trying to post up Alderink down low. Smith still with it. Alderink will square up on the near side against Owen Hardy. Spins back to the hole and could not get it to go. Nice job defensively by Owen Hardy.
Yeah, Owen Hardy playing with some foul trouble there, but able to get a stop.
Here comes Bingham taking the contact. Missed the shot for Ferris State. A battle for the rebound. And a foul here going to be whistled against the Bulldogs. And it's going to be on Bingham, and that's going to do it for Mykel Bingham. So foul here on Bingham. The Bulldog fans upset here as this will put Grand Valley at the line at the other end.
Boy, that's a tough call. In a game this physical, that's a tough call.
So this will put Charity at the stripe for GVSU, as he'll be the guy to shoot the free throws with 1:57 to play, 66-66 our score.
See, my thing about it is that they've been mugging our guys up and down the floor, and then you call kind of a touch foul right there, and you foul out our best player.
So Alderink, it'll be Alderink that actually will step to the stripe here for Grand Valley, and the first free throw by Alderink is good.
Yeah, so that's a tough break. Coach Fodness, I'm pretty sure he's a lot more angry than what he's showing right now as he splits the pair.
Justin Ossie with the defensive rebound for Ferris State as he came on. Bryce Moore to handle. Here as the Bulldogs will work it into the front court. And Moore's going to be called for the offensive foul. A little too much contact right there as he tried to avoid the pressure. That'll be number 4 on Bryce Moore now. So 5 on Bingham, 4 on Brandon Clairbout, 4 on Owen Hardy, and 4 on Bryce Moore. And with 1:48 to go, Grand Valley will get it back. 1-point lead for the Lakers here on the road. Docks to the right side. Wilkerson with it. The Bulldogs need a stop here at the other end. Wilkerson working right at Chang Hoff.
Oh, my God.
And they're going to call another foul here as Ferris State fans getting restless here tonight.
Boy, I tell you what, I mean, we have definitely not gotten the benefit of that whistle at the other end.
The Lakers have shot 32 free throws. The Bulldogs 18. They're going to add 2 more here as Wilkerson right back to the line. This free throw is good, and the Lakers are in front by 2.
I mean, they are shooting. Grand Valley is shooting free throws like they're at home right now.
One more try here for Wilkerson as the Lakers have climbed back and taken the lead here over the Bulldogs in the closing minutes. This one is up and good as Thompson will come on. He'll replace Wilkerson, and the Lakers have their largest lead, I think, of the ball game here at 3.
Bulldogs need a bucket here. Need a bucket of any kind, 2 or 3. You just need a bucket.
Chang Hoff with it here for Ferris State as the Bulldogs will work it into the front court. 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Chang with it here to the near sideline to Tay Boyd. Boyd with it here for Ferris State. Now, Bulldogs need someone to make a play. Here comes Boyd, attack it for the Bulldogs. And a foul going to be called on the reach. This will put Ferris State to the line as Docks will be charged with the foul. That'll be his 4th.
So the Bulldogs right now got to make good at the free throw line.
1:16 to play. Here is Tay Boyd, the Grand Blanc product. Will step to the line trying to draw the Bulldogs back within a point. If he can knock down 2 free throws. First one by Boyd is good. Tay now has 10 on the night here for Ferris State.
So the Bulldogs like to get into, so the Bulldogs want to get into defensively here. If he can make this free throw.
Boyd's second try is on the way and good as Tay knocks down 2, and the Bulldogs trail 69-68 as Wilkerson will come back on. Going to replace Thompson here for Grand Valley.
They'll go a little bit smaller on offense.
Bulldogs need a stop here at the other end as Docks will handle across the midcourt line for GVSU. Docks on the handoff to Smith over on the left side of the circle. Smith racing to the right side, cut off by Chang Hoff. Will pull it back out with 1 minute to go in the ball game. 15 on the shot clock here for the Lakers.
Ball screen.
Smith on the swing to Docks, down to 7. Docks trying to attack into the paint. Inside out to Wilkerson with 4. Wilkerson over to Charity, driving the lane, wild shot, and it's going to be a shot clock violation.
Grand Valley ran it all the way down, got a look, could not get the finish here.
We should have 2 timeouts, right?
Thompson will come back on as Wilkerson will check out. 45.2 to play. Ferris State trailing by 1 with the basketball here as Tay Boyd will inbound. Bulldogs will get it into Bryce Moore.
Got to be strong with the ball.
Bulldogs trying to get the offense started as Moore works it across the midcourt line.
He's reaching, he's fouling.
And Moore still with it, able to shield him off that time. 20 on the shot clock here for Justin Ossie. Ossie will hand off to Chang Hoff out front with 15. 30 seconds to go in the ball game. Hoff with it with 10. As Smith is up on him here defensively. Near side to Moore with 5. Bryce spins into the paint, kicks it away to Justin Ossie for 3. Off target, Owen Hardy with the rebound. 12 seconds left. Hardy inside, missed on the shot try, a battle for the rebound. We got a foul called, and they're going to call it against the Bulldogs. They're going to call it against Ferris State on Tay Boyd. And this will put GVSU at the line with 7.3 seconds to play.
Well, that's a tough break right there. Bulldogs have not gotten, not only Bulldogs have not gotten any breaks, I mean, wow.
This will put Alderink at the line. Still just a one-possession game. He'll get 2 free throws. His first one is on the way, and no good.
That's big. That is big.
Bulldogs have 7.3 to go, and I think they're going to use the timeout. Head coach Alex Fodness will take the timeout. 7.3 seconds remaining. 69-68 Lakers, as Alderink will have one more free throw, and the Bulldogs, as long as you could get the rebound, whether he makes or misses, you're going to have a possession here to tie or try to win the ball game.
Yeah, if he misses, you're out of timeouts now. You're out of timeouts, so you got to be strong with the basketball here, and you got to, first of all, you got to get the rebound. If he misses, you got to get the rebound, and you got to know exactly what you're going to do with the ball when you get that rebound. If he makes it, you got to know exactly what you're going to do when you inbound the basketball, and you got to be thinking attack mode going forward here, because there's not a whole lot of time left to be thinking about things.
Bulldogs got a good look after Bryce Moore drove into the lane, kind of stumbled through the paint, fed it to Justin Ossie. He had an open look from downtown. That would have brought the house down. Missed the shot. Owen Hardy got the rebound. His putback try was long, and then a battle for the board, and they call the Bulldogs with the foul. Ferris State out of timeouts here. So 7 seconds to go in the ball game. Alderink will have one more free throw with the Lakers leading it 69-68 in this West Michigan rivalry game.
So Alderink Theater getting ready to step to the free throw line. 7.3 seconds to go. When the Bulldogs get the ball, they have got to be decisive.
So Alderink at the stripe. Ferris State will come back on. Owen Hardy, Tay Boyd, Chang Hoff, Bryce Moore, and Justin Ossie. As the Bulldogs trying to find a way to win this game tonight over Grand Valley State. Ferris State led much of the way, but the Lakers have stormed back late. So Alderink with 7.3 to be exact. Missed the front end. Here comes the second try. It's on the way and good. A 2-point Grand Valley State lead. And timeout going to be called by the Lakers here with the score at 70-68.
Grand Valley will take a timeout. 2-point lead here for Grand Valley, and not a whole lot has gone well for the Bulldogs in these closing minutes of the game. But a chance right now, just 7.3 seconds to go to steal back what Grand Valley's trying to steal.
Bulldogs, of course, minus Mykel Bingham, fouled out of the ball game, minus Joey Cabana, although it's a good sign he's back up and on his feet and standing on the sideline here for Ferris State, so hopefully nothing serious for Cabana. Nonetheless, right now, if you're Ferris State, got to find some offense. I think it's got to be one of a couple guys maybe trying to get to the basket, either Tay Boyd or Bryce Moore here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think you also got Chang Hoff as well, too. If you can get Chang Hoff, maybe a high ball screen, you can try to get Chang Hoff a look. Justin Ossie can obviously shoot it. Tay Boyd is probably your best create a shot guy, and so maybe you try to get something going with Tay Boyd, maybe some kind of a dribble handoff play. But the Bulldogs, whatever they do, they're going to have to come up with something that's going to be quick and it's going to be aggressive.
The Lakers have shot 36 free throws. Alderink hit 1 of 2 to give the Lakers a 70-68 lead. The Bulldogs will have to inbound at the far end of the floor. Boyd will be the inbounder. They'll put Owen Hardy deep in the corner at the other end. So Bryce Moore, Justin Ossie, Chang Hoff, one of those guys is going to have to break free to trying to bring the ball up here against some heavy pressure. It'll be Bryce Moore on the move here for Ferris State. Moore trying to get to the hole. It does! He scores for the Bulldogs! Timeout call by Grand Valley with 3 seconds remaining. Here in regulation, we're tied up again.
Well, I tell you what, just a decisive move. We talked about it. Come up with something aggressive, come up with something decisive. That's exactly what the Bulldogs did. They went hard to the hole and got the bucket.
Moore took it right at a couple Lakers, laid it up and in. Brandon Clairbout going to come on here for Ferris State. As Clairbout will check on, probably for one of those guys that's got 4 fouls too for Ferris State.
It could be.
They may go smaller with Owen Hardy.
They could go small. So there's several options here. It's kind of hard to tell when they don't go to the bench here. So we'll have to take a quick look and see what the lineup is going to be when they come out. But certainly Brandon Clairbout, one of our solid perimeter defenders, and looks like he came in for Justin Ossie.
So trying to get another defender out there here with 3 seconds to go in the ball game. As Grand Valley State will have it in the backcourt, tied up at 70. We could be headed to overtime here tonight. We'll wait and see. The Lakers to inbound, and they're going to get it in. It's Wilkerson from midcourt at the buzzer for 3. It's off the rim, and we are headed to OT.
Boy, that was close. He got a good look at it from midcourt, and Bulldogs had a hand-up challenge. It bangs off the rim, and extra basketball it is.
We will be back with overtime from Jimwick Arena after this 60-second break right here on the Voice of the Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3. Welcome back, everyone, to courtside coverage of Ferris State basketball. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you as we head to overtime between Ferris State and Grand Valley State, tied up at 70 here at Jimwick Arena at the end of regulation.
Well, Grand Valley's worn out a path to the free throw line, 25 of 36. They haven't shot it super well, but it's a lot of free throws made. 25 to 16 made free throws for Ferris State in this contest. Individually, Mykel Bingham, 21 points, but he is fouled out, so they will not have his services in overtime. Changhoff with 14, 11 for Tay Boyd, 10 for Owen Hardy. Charity leading the Lakers with 22.
They got a fresh 5 on the board here for overtime tonight, right here on Flow College, Sunny 97.3, and of course on the Bulldogs Sports Network at FerrisStateBulldogs.com. Thompson and Hardy in the circle, and the tip going to be won by GVSU to start OT. Dox has it. Here's the Bulldogs stay in the man. Smith with it here, right side corner. Back to the point to Thompson. The Bulldogs will play off him. Here comes Charity. Picked up by Brandon Clairbout, who gets the start in overtime. Dox with 15 on the shot clock. Back to Smith out wide. 4:40 to go in overtime. Smith still with it against Bryce Moore. We'll give it off to Charity on the drive down the lane. Off balance shot is up and good.
Are you serious?
Somehow got that one to fall through as he was falling to the floor.
I'll tell you what, you shoot that in horse, you're going to beat a lot of people.
2-point lead here for Grand Valley. Tay Boyd attacking here for Ferris State. Will back it out. Wants to launch the 3. This one off the rim. A battle for the rebound. Ball loose on the floor, and traveling going to be called. It's going to remain with the Bulldogs.
Like Thompson went down with the basketball as he was able to free it.
So Thompson did get the rebound, but a turnover here against Grand Valley. So Ferris State will key it in here from along the baseline. Hardy with it out front. Owen on the handoff back to Tay Boyd. Tay down the lane, has an open lane, and slams it home.
Wow, look at the explosion by Tay Boyd to throw it down.
Tay with a huge play here. The Bulldogs have tied it up at 72. Right wing with it is Charity. Down low to Alderink. Has Boyd on him here defensively. Trying to back his way down. The one-hander is no good. And Owen Hardy with the defensive rebound here for the Bulldogs.
A defensive stand right there for the Bulldogs.
Bryce Moore in the backcourt. And a little too much contact here at a jersey tug. Going to be whistled here against Smith, who again did not like the call. That'll be his fourth.
I don't know. I'm thinking Smith is probably saying, I've been doing that all night, and you haven't called it.
I was going to say, I could have called it a few other times here tonight, but they've let it kind of go at times, although the Bulldogs have been whistled for 27 fouls, 20 for Grand Valley. It's been one of those types of nights here, a physical game.
Yeah, it definitely has been. Kind of, in some ways, classic Grand Valley game. Ferris Grand Valley game.
Bryce Moore at the line for Ferris State, not able to get the first one to go here for the Bulldogs as GVSU will come back on with Wilkerson. He'll replace Thompson.
So they're going to go smaller.
They're going to go defense for offense here as Bryce Moore will have one more, trying to give Ferris State the lead. 3:44 to go here in OT. As Moore will step back to the line here for the Bulldogs. Here in this overtime session, free throw is no good again, and Charity with the defensive rebound here for Grand Valley. So the Bulldogs need a stop at the other end, tied up at 72. Charity against Boyd, left side to Wilkerson out wide. They're trying to post up Smith on the baseline. He's got more on him here defensively with 4 fouls. Smith around to the right, able to score inside.
Just not quite physical enough against Smith as he was able to make that move across the lane.
So the Bulldogs into the half-court set. Here comes Boyd attacking for the Bulldogs. Draws a couple defenders, spins back, and just missed off the front side. And the Lakers with the rebound.
Got to get a stop here.
The Lakers lead it by 2 with the basketball. 3 minutes left here at overtime. As Dox will hold out front against Chang Ha. Left side of the floor to Wilkerson. Wilkerson puts it on the floor, into the lane, inside out. Head fake by Alderink. He spins on the block. Not able to get it to go. A missed tip-in, and the Bulldogs with the rebound.
Oh, I tell you what, Charity was right there, point-blank range, and he could not finish. Bulldogs catch a huge break. Charity right there with the putback and missed it.
2:48 left here as Ferris State will get him right back here, and Tay Boyd will work it up the floor here against Charity for Ferris State across the midcourt stripe. Boyd attacking. He's taking it right to the hole, and an offensive foul going to be called.
So they get Tay Boyd going hard right there as he got past Charity. The heel was technically on the restricted area, but we'll see. Right now they're calling the foul as an offensive foul. So they're going to look at it, but it looked like the heel of the Grand Valley defensive player was in the restricted area. So we'll see. It looked like Alderink's heel is in the area, is on that line. So we'll see as Coach Fodden is pleading his case. Reese Hazelton right there, but pretty clear that Alderink's foot is on that restricted circle line. So we'll see what the verdict is going to be. As both teams at their respective benches. As they take a look at this, we'll take a look at some of the stats here. Bulldogs shooting at about 39.3%, so definitely been a defensive struggle here both ways, as Bulldogs 24 of 61 from the floor overall. Grand Valley not quite as good from the field. They're 22 of 70, 31.4%. Lakers shooting just 18% from outside the three-point line. Bulldogs at about 30%, but the big difference in the game so far has been at the free throw line, where Grand Valley's 25 of 36 and the Bulldogs 16 of 22. So Grand Valley plus 9 in made free throws, and that's certainly a significant edge.
We'll wait and see. It is going to be a block, so it was changed. So that will change the call right here against Grand Valley, and it'll be a Laker foul on Alderink, I believe, here for Grand Valley State.
Yeah, Alderink definitely had his foot on that line in the restricted area.
So foul called against Alderink, and that'll be his fourth. This will put Tay Boyd at the stripe here with 2:40 to go. Big call here that this time works in Ferris State's favor, as Boyd will have a chance here at the stripe to shoot a pair of free throws here for the Bulldogs. Tay's first try is on the way and good as Boyd connects on the first. He's got 14 on the night.
Well, what a pickup he has been for this Bulldog team.
Boyd steps right back to the line here for Ferris State as Tay eyes the basket on this second try. This one off the front side of the iron, and Aldrich with a defensive rebound here. As Grand Valley State will push the opposite way. 2:30 to play here in overtime. A 1-point Laker lead. Smith picks it up. Off to Charity on the far sideline. Down to Dox out wide. Dox working off the dribble. Looking down low for Smith. Now back to Charity. Boyd able to get back in front. Aldrich with it. Back to Charity. 7 on the shot clock here for Grand Valley. Smith out top with 5. Will launch the 3, and it's good.
That's a big shot right there as he gets the Lakers a 4-point lead. Bulldogs have missed 3 free throws in overtime.
77-73. Boyd attacking again here for Ferris State into the half-court set for the Bulldogs. Ferris State will work it right side. Chang Hoth with it out wide. Back to Tay Boyd here with 1:50 to go in overtime. Boyd down the lane, and this one, was it tipped away or not? No, they're going to call it a turnover here on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the two officials kind of looked at each other, and the outside official says Grand Valley ball.
So the Lakers will get it back here with 1:48 to go in OT. 77-73 Grand Valley State lead here as the Lakers just avoid the pressure. Owen Hardy was trying to come up with the steal.
Bulldogs are up against it now. They need stops pretty much from here on out.
Dox with it here into the half-court set. Right side to Wilkerson. Wilkerson with it here for GVSU. Picked up by Clairbout. Back around the horn to the left side. Lakers running some time. Down to 12 on the shot clock with a 4-point lead. 1:30 left here in overtime. Smith out wide to Dox with 7. Back to Smith. Smith with 5. Working off the dribble against Bryce Moore. Spins and shoots. This one rolls off the rim, and Tay Boyd with a defensive board.
That's a big one right there.
Boyd with it on the push ahead here for Ferris State. Bulldogs need a basket here with 1:10 left in overtime. Clairbout with it here on the near sideline for Ferris State. Brandon looking for Tay Boyd. Good feed underneath. Boyd off the block. Short jumper is up and good.
He just powered that one up and in.
77-75 with a minute left in overtime.
No fouls right here.
One more stop here as the bench tries to get the crowd going here inside Wink Arena. 47 seconds left. Timeout called by Grand Valley with 17 on the shot clock.
2-point game, 45.2 seconds to go. Bulldogs can play straight up, obviously, and get a stop. You get a stop right here, and you give yourself a chance to tie or take the lead, and so this is a huge defensive possession.
Good thing we started this doubleheader an hour and a half, 2 hours earlier than expected, as this one would have been a late game here tonight for a Monday night, as Grand Valley State and Ferris State battling to overtime. Total here in this basketball game of 60 free throws shot between these two teams. 36 of them on the Lakers side.
And still some time left. We're at 2.5 hours. If we tipped off roughly at 6 p.m., it's 8:30 p.m. right now. So we're at 2.5 hours. 45.2
to go. 17 on the shot clock. The Bulldogs need a huge stop here at the other end. Down by 2 here at 77-75. Bryce Moore got the shot with 3 seconds to go to force overtime after Grand Valley had came back to take the lead late in regulation. The Lakers will inbound from the sideline here in the front court. We're back to action as Dox has it. Aldrich with it on the handoff to Wilkerson out front. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Smith. 35 seconds to go in overtime. Shot clock at 5. Smith into the lane. Back to Charity for 3, and he banks it in.
Wow.
Big bank for Charity. It's a 5-point lead. Tay Boyd attacking for Ferris State, taking it all the way to the hoop for the bucket.
That's exactly what you want to do. Don't get discouraged. Just go back and get a bucket.
25 seconds left. 3-point ball game. The Bulldogs are going to have to foul.
You got to foul.
The Lakers get it up the floor to Dox, and he's going to be fouled with 17.2 to go. So they're going to get Bryce Moore with the foul, and that's going to do it for Bryce Moore tonight.
That's going to do it. That's his night. Good to see Joey Cabana back up and able to come back in the game.
So Cabana will come back on. 17.2 to go. Dox will have 2 tries, trying to make this a 2-possession ball game again, as Justin Ossie will come on here for Ferris State. Ossie will check on here for Owen Hardy as the Bulldogs get another shooter out there. Down by 3 with 17.2 to go here in OT.
Well, obviously, you would love to see a couple of misses right here.
First free throw by Dox, though, is good. Dox now with 12 as he hits the first of two to put this lead at 81-77.
Sort of a two-possession game. I guess technically you could hit a 4-point play, but this is the big one here. Bulldogs would love to see a miss.
Second try is good as he knocked down both. Coach Vod is telling the Bulldogs, get to the rim. Need a quick basket again. It goes to Tay Boyd. Brandon Clairbout with it off to Joey Cabana. The floater here is short. Boyd with the putback, and he's fouled.
So Tay Boyd gets the bucket, 79-82. Bulldogs not going to sleep just yet. He can hit this free throw, makes it a two-point game. You got to put all kinds of pressure on the inbounds pass, and then you got to foul quickly if you don't get a steal.
9.6 seconds left as Boyd will be at the stripe here for Ferris State. Lakers lead it 82-79. Boyd at the line. Free throw is on the way and good as the Bulldogs cut it to 2, and they'll use their overtime timeout right here. So 82-80 with 9.6 seconds left in overtime. For the Bulldogs, you got to try to get the quick steal. If not, you got to foul.
You got to foul quickly, and you can't take a whole lot of time trying to get a steal. But you got to overplay, and if you foul overplaying, that's not the worst thing in the world. But you got to really overplay and try to get a steal. And I think coaches have different philosophies on it. Some people feel like you try to jam the out of bounds passer, and some people think that you try to double a key player that they might really want to get the ball to. And so we'll see what Coach Fodness's philosophy is on that. But you got to try to get a quick steal, and if you don't, you got to foul fast. You do not have a lot of seconds to spare.
Bulldogs have fought and battled Grand Valley State here tonight in this West Michigan rivalry game. Given the Lakers all they could handle here tonight, we'll see if they could find a way to tie this one up or perhaps win it before overtime comes to a close. Smith will inbound here as the Lakers were going to run the circle at midcourt. They'll bring somebody to the ball. We'll see who that is. It will be Mason Dox, and he's fouled quickly.
8.7 seconds.
Here with 8.7 to go, is this foul will be on Chang Hoff here for Ferris State. You need Dox to miss at least one. With 8.7 to go, trailing by 2 here at 82-80.
You need one. You need a miss.
Dox 3 for 3 from the stripe here in the ball game tonight. Will step to the line, and the first free throw is good for Mason Dox.
That's a clutch one right there. Could use a miss here.
Dox will have one more opportunity here for Grand Valley State, trying to make this a 4-point game again. This one is on the way and good.
Yeah, that makes it awfully tough right now. You're running out of time.
Thompson will come back on for Wilkerson here as the Bulldogs will try to inbound. Grand Valley State going to pick up here and make the Bulldogs run some time. Tay Boyd with it here for Ferris State. 6 seconds left. Back to Chang Hoff for 3. It's on the way. Circles off the rim. Owen Hardy with the offensive board, and that'll do it as the Lakers come away with an 84-80 win.
Yeah, great comeback, unfortunately, for the Bulldogs by Grand Valley as they come back and find a way to get it done in OT.
The Lakers pull out a win here in conference play despite a valiant effort here tonight for Ferris State in this West Michigan rivalry matchup. The Lakers win it in overtime. Final score 84-80 here at Jim Wink Arena. We'll take a 2-minute break, back with the Preferred Office Machines post-game show after this timeout right here on Sunny 97.3 Flow College and the Bulldog Sports Network. And welcome back, everyone, to Ferris State basketball coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you here for the Preferred Office Machines post-game show. As the Lakers win it over Ferris State 84-80 here tonight in GLIAC play. Grand Valley moves to 13-3 on the year, 6-2 in conference action. The Bulldogs will drop to 7-8 overall and 4-4 in league play, and will be joined here courtside by the head coach of the Ferris State Bulldogs, Alex Fodness. Coach, one of those battles. It was a great game here tonight against Grand Valley State, and unfortunately fell a little bit short here in the end.
Yeah, we just didn't guard very well in the second half. I mean, obviously they still didn't really shoot it great, but we didn't do enough. We weren't physical enough. I think officiating kind of took over a little bit. I felt like the second half of the game was officiated a lot differently than the first, which is unfortunate, but that's something that we've got to learn how to play through and still be able to, function. Obviously, we turned it over way too many times. I mean, we out-rebounded them. We shot better than they did. We just turned it over way too much, and that's obviously going to be an issue for us if we can't clean that up.
Obviously, Mykel Bingham had a big night for you, but you lost him in regulation, and tough to go down that stretch not having your leading scorer out there here tonight.
Yeah. I mean, he's our best player. Would have been nice to have him on the floor. Like I said, I felt like he kind of got ticky-tacked on a couple, and it really took him out of the game. Obviously, that's not the reason why we lost. With turnovers was what killed us. Mykel was really good. Wish we would have had him for the final stretch of the game. Obviously,
Owen Hardy came on, gave you guys a big lift on the front line, 10 points, 12 rebounds. He had a double-double, as did Mykel Bingham. Tay Boyd, 21 points, as he made some plays trying to keep you in it down the stretch.
Yeah, we were going to Tay. He was the only guy who could get downhill consistently and get in the lane, and that's what we needed. I felt like we needed to put more pressure on the rim, and that's why we were going through him. I'm glad Owen had a really good bounce-back game. He's kind of been a little bit of a no-show the last two nights out with foul trouble, and tonight he was able to keep himself out there. And when he's able to stay on the floor, he's a really good player. That's what we've been telling him all week is, hey, man, you just got to keep yourself out of foul trouble, and you're still able to be a good defensive player without fouling. So having him is huge, but, yeah, I mean, we just need more. We got to be able to have more composure and take care of the ball.
Obviously, one of those games here tonight, very physical, as you would expect here in conference play. And you mentioned the officiating. Obviously, 29 fouls on the Ferris State side, 22 on the Grand Valley State side. Hard to kind of get into a rhythm here tonight.
Yeah, it's just too many fouls. It's too many fouls. I'm sure a lot of them were legitimate, but that's just way too many fouls. Like I said, I don't want to just put it on the officials because that's not why we lost, but it's unfortunate. And we just got to do a better job of trying to show hands and be there with our chest. That is what it is. I don't really have a whole lot else to say on that one.
I know right back to work as the homestand continues. Lake Superior State, Saginaw Valley State this next weekend. A lot of energy in the building tonight, and hopefully some fans come back for two more big games next weekend.
Yeah, we're going to need them. I hope that everybody keeps coming out to watch this team because they work their butts off and they're a fun team to be around. And I hope people in Big Rapids and the students understand that and recognize how important they are and want to come out and still cheer us on. So it'd be good. I mean, like I said, I'm not looking forward to getting on a bus anytime soon. So,
well, Coach, thanks for the time, and we'll catch up with you again later this week.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris State basketball coverage here in 60 seconds on Sunny 97.3.
I was like, yeah, we